bunch of pictures.
Bingo comes in. Nobody to the near side now. JT's going to get it. No, they toss it back to Johnson. Johnson's got to get to the outside now. Cuts back inside. There goes Jalen. 50. Now 40 goes Jalen. 30. 20. They're not going to get him. He pulls up, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown. Things we talked about when we had the opportunity to speak with defensive coordinator Josh Mercer. You saw the emotion that he had in it. Tell me a little about that.
I tell you, when you mentioned Walker, I mean, his face just lit up. I mean, what an exciting, jamboree last week he had, especially in the first 15 minutes. And his coach was excited about it. Of course, he was pumped up about his team. A lot of gang tackling last week. A lot of very few solo tackles, a lot of assisted tackles. So I mean, they were following the ball and they were getting after it. And boy, he was excited. I tell you what, I'd like to play for a coach that gets that excited.
Again, reminder: this game, if you are tuning in live, it is tape delayed. We will have the audio only tonight. That is due to the restrictions put on here by Carencro. But we are delighted to be in the press box that is getting a facelift up here. But the friendliness is not. It's been the same throughout the years that we've been around this Carencro organization. Just a great bunch of guys. Anytime that we make the trip down I-49. And, we talked to Coach a little bit earlier. He drives the bus down for him and all that, and he said it's difficult getting a trip down here without stopping by Cafe Josephine, and we certainly echo those sentiments as well. You haven't made that trip, though.
I have not. A good friend of mine has told me about it, so Marlene and I plan on going. We just hadn't made it. Last time we came down to the steamboat, and then next time we plan on making Cafe Josephine.
Well, if you are looking around the area here, as we sit on the home side of the field, you see the Trojans warming up. They are in all white tonight. They have the purple block letters with the gold trim. They have their white helmets with the ASH Trojan logo atop that, all adorned in white shoes in there. The quarterback's getting loose, getting it out to the receivers, and Mingo able to grab one of those there. The offensive lines, the defensive lines are getting going as well. To our left side, you'll see the Bears of Carencro. They are in gold pants with the navy tops, those gold letters trimmed. We believe as well, my old eyes can't see, but it looks like they are trimmed in white. Again, at the 50-yard line, there is a navy blue State of Louisiana with that Chicago Bear-esque C in the middle of it. Good fan support making their way down the interstate from Alexandria on here. But, Coach, this is opening day. I know you've spent a lot of time on the soccer field. You did play in high school. Football in high school. Tell me about game one. I know you had the jamboree, but here we are at game one.
I tell you, in football, you're ready to hit somebody else. So last week they got to do it a little bit, but this time you get to do it 48 minutes. I mean, it's somebody you've planned for this. They were talking last night about how they started, kind of getting a little frustrated with each other, in camp, but they made it through it. And I tell you what, and you couldn't pick a better opponent to start with. Field conditions are a lot different than last year.
You went back and watched that game from last year, and so it was great all day. And not long before the game, it started raining. And the old slogan, when it rains, it pours, it did. Carencro jumps out to a 21-0 lead on the Trojans, and it was tough sledding, if you will, from there.
Tell you, fast track, we walked across the field. Obviously, it's dry because we haven't had a lot of rain here, but shouldn't be any problems with the field. Like I said, with these two teams, with athleticism on this field, it's going to be a track meet. Hopefully, Ash can contain them, and the Trojans can contain them, and really looking forward to seeing all the athletes on the field tonight.
You'll get a chance to see two first-year starters at quarterback for their schools. Of course, Ty Feaster transferred down, and he is starting for the Trojans, but is no stranger to starting at quarterback and pulling the trigger. And that is Ty Feaster, the senior. For Carencro, this is a young man that is only a sophomore, 1,000 yards receiving last year. Didn't see a lot of him in the game that was the Mud Bowl that we played in last year. But Chance Babineau, they have him listed on their roster as an athlete, and boy, is he. He'll play quarterback, strong safety, free safety, both sides of the ball. Holds an offer from D1 Michigan, out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. You guessed it, the Wolverines have already offered Chance Babineau, the sophomore. What do you think about that?
I mean, he was punting. Doug. He was actually warming up as a punter as well. Watched very few highlights from the jamboree and a scrimmage earlier. And I tell you what, you have to keep your eye on him every time he has the ball in his hands. Because if you blink, he's gone. And he's patient as well. He's very patient, lets everything. He sees the field really well, and he makes plays happen.
Watching a lot of the warm-up plays, they've got things that get the ball out of Babineaux's hands quickly. They see the pressure. Tell me about the pressure from that defense of the Trojans 1 week ago today.
I tell you, it was phenomenal. I mean, they shot the gaps. I mean, the game plan was pretty straightforward. With the offense that Powell runs, where Carencro, they line up in the running formation. They will get in the gun a little bit, but I'll tell you, the patience that they had last week with a little misdirection and just the size and just the getting up the field, the shooting the gaps. I'll tell you what, I was excited to see that, and I really think that you're going to see some big things tonight and this year from this Trojan defense.
So last season in this Carencro game, we saw what was a muddy quagmire of a slobber knocker, if you will. And this year, you said it, fast track. These athletes are going to be able to get up and down the field.
Yeah, I'm excited. I will say this: the thing that they have a really good middle linebacker that's out this evening. For Carencro, number 20. He's in concussion protocol.
Jamar Dennis, that's right.
Yes.
And he was everywhere on the film that we watched.
Yeah, the scrimmage in the jamboree. I mean, he was everywhere. So Carencro's a bunch of athletes, so I'm sure they're gonna handle that well. But other than that, I mean, it is just amazing the speed that you will see on this field tonight, and also they get off the ball. Carencro gets off the ball. Their offense line gets off the ball. It'll be a good test for the Trojan defense, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, they come in the 9th-ranked team in 5A in early preseason polls, which you know what our thoughts are about preseason polls.
Yeah.
That not worth a lot. Another Carencro Bear that has the white jersey on is number 12, Antoine Alexander, his backup quarterback, outside linebacker. They list him the junior, 5'11" and 180, so he is there, has the leg brace on. So that's a couple of the Bears that will not be in action tonight. What is in action tonight is our sponsors. We could not do anything without them. We're going to step away for our first break of the night. We're going to take a couple of minute commercial. When we come back, we'll get into our key. Coach, do you think you're ready for your keys to the game? They were spot on last week. Phenomenal. So the pressure is on you. 1-0, but that record goes away because that was a jamboree. Fresh start for you tonight. Do you think you're up to the challenge?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go.
All right, well, let's get into that break right now. We'll see about those keys to the game. They're brought to you by Why Not Style. We'll do that when we come back.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having...
And we are back here in Carencro, Louisiana, the Crow Dome. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. Got Brett Stallsby producing tonight, and Chuck is back with us tonight. Chuck Perkins is there, only on camera. You're welcome for all of that. He does not have a microphone tonight, so you're welcome for all of that. Going to be a great night. We set you up early for the keys to the game. They are presented to you from Why Not Stop. We'll get into that in just a moment, but one of the things that you want to look out for, we will name our Southern Air Heating and Cooling Cool Play of the Game. Did you see what they did? How the marketing, whatever. Did you see they've got a cool game of the week now that they've sponsored? How about that?
I'll tell you what, I'm sure they've had some business this past couple of months, and yeah, they do a great job.
They took our play and moved it over to a game of the week too. I need a royalty check over there because one of our employees on the Tioga Call works for that organization now that I saw the commercial on, and so we'll want to check out that. But starting this Sunday, that is 2 days from today, Friday, Saturday, yeah, thank goodness, that's 2 days from today, we will have our first ever edition of Coach Speak is the name of it. We'll be out at Quibido's beginning at 6 o'clock. We may move it a little bit up this Sunday just to get things wrapped up prior to that little kickoff down in Orlando between the Seminoles and your LSU Tigers. We'll work on that. But we will name our Quibido's Player of the Week from each of the 5 squads that we cover, Ash, Tioga, Pineville, Menard, and Buckeye. We'll name those. At the end of the year, each school will name its Player of the Year. We'll have a banquet for them put on by Quibido's, and we will name our 446 Sports Player of the Year, and that is out of the entire group on there. So join us. Internet-only broadcast of it. It's after hours at Quibido's, but we're very thankful. He said he'll give you the keys and show you where the food is at. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I told my wife, I said, what time's that show going to be over? I was like, Tuesday. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun out there. This inaugural edition of big thanks out to John Valenzuela. And happy birthday, John. I know you're listening back home. Happy birthday out to John Valenzuela. Today turned 40. Let's just go. Let's go with that, too. But great to have.
He doesn't look his age.
Great day. You're right. Great to have the folks at Quibido's. So, Chef John, happy birthday to you. But that's a lot of the things that we have going on. One of the prime ones, of course, is our Why Not Stop keys to the game. So, Coach, take it away.
Hey, the first one is fast start like the Jamboree. 2 quick plays, scored, 2 touchdowns early. Unlike what happened last year in this exact game where Carencro came out and took it to them, and we went down 21-0. So
start fast.
That's it.
Key get number 1. I like what you did there.
Yeah, let's get it going. Let's get it going. These guys, the athletes that they have, you do not want to start behind the 8 ball here. So that's key number 1. Number 2, if Alexandria can establish the running game. Okay, last week in the 30 minutes, they actually ran for more yards than they passed. They went over 200 yards rushing, under 100 yards, and still scored that many points.
So you've got a head coach that went to college as a receiver and that runs a NASCAR offense, and you're wanting to establish a run to set up the pass?
Hey, Lane Kiffin will run the ball, so I think we can too.
So you don't want to use the pass to set up the run. I like what you're talking about. And if you talk to Coach Bachman, he'll tell you the same thing. They're going to get Lindsey involved behind that big, experienced offensive line to get things going. Key number 1, key number 2, I hear the car starting up. Give me number 3.
Number 3 on Trojan defense. The eye discipline at each level. Last year, especially the second touchdown, the quarterback faked like he was running and just dropped the ball right over to a back who ran out the backfield, free safety, ran up. Everybody was crashing the ball. So the discipline. They're quick at the line of scrimmage with their run game. So the defensive line needs to pay attention to it. The second level needs to pay attention to it, and the third level, they don't need to take the bait and jump up, and then pop the pass over. So eye discipline at every level is very critical.
fast start, establish the run, and eye discipline on defense. Why are you even in the booth? Why aren't you down there coaching? Because this is why we do it. Great job on the keys to the game. We'll check in at halftime and see how you're doing with that on there. Again, Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. Coach, audio only for those folks that are tuning in. Just to remind you, they have a no live stream policy during the games here. And out of respect for Coach Corville and his program here, we will not be bringing you live stream action per their rules, but it will be tape delayed. So if you're watching this tomorrow, Chuck's going to try to get it uploaded sometime on the way. No, I'll try to get it uploaded because Chuck's driving on this one. When we told Chuck that he was coming down here, he was like, I get to just kick back and enjoy Friday night. And you and I both snickered a little bit on that. Said, yeah, come on. But he's advising and looking and helping, and brother-in-law is down there on the production today and did a fantastic job last week with his production level of it. So welcome aboard. The only cog to this wheel that we're missing is Roger Walker, our cameraman, who is back home in this one. Doesn't make the road trips, but one of these days when he retires from teaching, he'll start making these trips. But thank you. That was our Why Not Stop keys to the game. Pay attention throughout the night and throughout the morning for our Southern Air Heating and Cooling cool play of the game. You'll see that. We had a lot of response to that on a YouTube page. And thank you to everyone that is following along. We reached 1,000 Facebook subscribers. Chuck and I talked about that during the week. 2 years ago, we started our YouTube channel, and our goal was to get to 100 subscribers, and we got there, and here we sit at 1,000, and I challenged him now. We got to get that number to 10,000. That's our next number, so we'll work on that. So if you're following along on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're at, hop on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and how much does it cost you to subscribe? Zero. So there you have it, and all of those funds. And I guarantee. Now, let me just tell you this, too. I guarantee if you subscribe and you don't like what you're seeing or hearing, we'll refund double your money that you paid for it. So there you have. Got another break coming up. We're about 11 minutes from kickoff. We'll get back here in just a moment. Going to take another break. You are listening to / watching ASH Trojan football from Carencro, Louisiana, right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started
And
with a
we are back
sketch on
here
it.
to the Crow Dome. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano and the Trojans getting ready to make their way out onto the field. You see them off to our right getting ready. They will be on the far sideline. Carencro down to our left getting ready to come out. Again, just a reminder, if you're watching along, this game will be audio only throughout its entirety. We are recording it, and it will be tape delayed and sent back out over the airways, rebroadcast in the morning, where you'll be able to see what was a classic. So in a Back to the Future type of way, if you're watching this while it's tape delayed, well, good Saturday morning to you.
Yes, sir.
Coaches finishing up their prayer on the far side. We're getting ready to get things going here. 5.5 minutes, Coach. An opening day from as a player's perspective, as a coach's perspective, but up here, it's not so bad. The AC's going, the food was good, and a big thanks out to the Carencro folks for providing the food as well. So looking forward to a big, big game here tonight. A little bit of revenge in this one as the Trojans fell 35-20 last year in that game after starting down 21-0 in week 1 and week 2 before that instant classic that was St. Thomas More and Alexandria a week ago, or a year ago. Trojans again in all white with the purple numbers getting ready to make their way out onto the field. Just 4.5 to go until kickoff. We will try to get our way down there. It looks like the Boxers not wanting to know which one wants to come out first. Carencro down on the left side of us, standing in behind their banner that's there. You know, they went to these ones that you tear apart and then you put right back together, and so that makes it kind of neat. That's down there along the top of the screen. You'll be able to keep up with the clock. You'll see the time. You'll see all of that, but you will not see that graphic removed until in the morning when we're able to do this on a tape delay level. But sit back and get ready to go. Here come the Golden Bears of Carencro. Again, they are in their gold pants, navy shirts with gold letters, looking like a little bit like the Wolverines just a bit, or Cal is who I guess the Cal Golden Bears is what they resemble a little bit more and would make sense. Trojans still not getting their way out. All 75 or so of the Trojans waiting to get ready to go. We'll get to the starters as we move along throughout this one, but they've moved the clock off, and here come your Trojans, led by the ASH cheerleaders. Amirion Mingo leads his troops out into this one, and this is going to be a good one. This is what we've waited all offseason for, to get back here following that disappointing loss in the playoffs.
I have to tell you, Aiden Walker, comes out excited, moving, dancing, ready to play. You would not know he's such a soft-spoken young man.
Indeed he was. You got your first dose of how these guys are so physical on the field, but when they come up and get in front of the press box or in front of the microphone, they're not. Getting an idea across the way, it looks like Jeremiah Jeffers Wright is one of the captains. Aiden Walker is there, Amirion Mingo, and we'll try to pick up the other one too. As they're coming out, that's number 70, Cam Calderon. We were able to talk to him last night. For the Golden Bears, number 4 is Johnny Martin, number 10 is Caleb Celestine, and number 55 is Dejon Williams, the defensive end, the senior. And Trojans, of course, will get to call this one. What a night for football, so much different than week 1 a year ago.
Yeah, and also the cooler, dry weather. I know it's in the 90s, but still low humidity, a little north wind. That's kind of calmed down since, but yeah, we don't have to worry about the slick stuff. Hey, I want some rain tomorrow, though. Let's get through this. It can start raining tonight. We need the rain so bad, but I tell you what a difference a year makes.
Indeed, it does. It rained throughout the contest, and so we, of course, were snug in the press box, and we had the first the squeegee and the wipers and getting everything. Hopefully by the end of the season we'll have new windows in there.
So, hey, it's a little delayed, but we'll work through it.
Speaking of delays, this one, of course, is audio only and tape delayed for in the morning, but glad that you're here with us. Looks like the Bears won the toss, and they have elected to defer. See if that, in fact, is the case. Yeah, they did. They deferred. Won the toss, and the Trojans will receive. They'll be going left to right, down towards that neighborhood that is just beautiful, that is down off to our right.
Yeah, beautiful houses coming into the school as well. Nice. Looks like a nice area around here.
Going to take a break. We're going to take our final one of the evening. We'll be back in 90 seconds, and we'll do it here. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Lock On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as
rendition of our nation's national anthem. Tremendous job, and if that doesn't get the goosebumps going and things ready to go, Doug Ann alongside of Nick Magnano. 446 Sports bringing you one of 3 games across our platform. Of course, we had 2 games go off last night. Tygo with a big, I think the Indians just scored again in that game. They pull out a big victory over the Bears of Bolton in that one. Coach Cook and his group off to a 1-0 start. Menard didn't fare so well up at they were at St. Ed's.
St. Frederick's.
St. Frederick's up in the Monroe area is where they were at. 3 games tonight. The Trojans, of course, here. Buckeye is set to go to Block. In the Jonesville area, they are there. And Pineville is playing host to the Tigers of Winfield. Should be all kicking off right about now in the middle of the field, getting set to kick things off. Looks to be, is that Babineau that's kicking as well?
Yes, it is.
Why not? Absolutely. He may kick it up to himself and run under it and get it. Jalen Johnson is back deep. He is joined back in the back by J.T. Lindsay, 2 of the most explosive run men that you will find. And scrimmages are done. Jamboree is done. All of the fanfare is over with, and we are underway. That one back right down the middle. JT's going to pick it up at the 10-yard line. JT now up the middle to the 20, busts around. He had everybody to beat out to the 32-yard line. That's the only time I'm going to do that one. Coach, go ahead.
I tell you what, that was great field position, good clean catch. Here we go.
Indeed, 11:53 when the Trojans scrimmage from their own 33-yard line. We'll get a look at the set. We know that JT is going to be back in the backfield with Feaster. They come all the way to the near sideline, and that brings E.J. Scott to the near side. Got to believe that is Jalen Johnson in man coverage. Mingo settles into the slot nearest where we are on the home side. JT goes out in motion. Back to pass is Feaster. They run that little bubble screen. It is complete. That's Darius Washington. Darius has got it, looking to break free, and he gets down to the 45, rumbles to the 40-yard line of Carencro, and you see the pressure that came through on Carencro.
Yeah, I tell you, but patience there. Let it set up, and here we go.
Played on that aggressiveness of Carencro. Snap is back. JT wasn't ready for it, and he's going to get caught up in the backfield. I think 3-yard loss, 2-yard is what they'll give him, but snap the ball, and JT was not ready for it, for that play to go off.
Yeah, he got a little ahead of himself there.
You see the scoreboard up at the top of it. We're just underway. We'll keep you up to date on the time. Lindsey's got that one now. He's getting to the outside, goes JT. Spun around, he's going to be down at the 36-yard line, picks back the 2 he lost, picks up another 5. That's going to make it 3rd down, and 5 give him 7 yards on that one. 1 minute into this contest. Big 3rd down for the Trojans, and you know that they are set to go for it from down here. Timeout called by Carencro, and they are not happy about this at all. Going to leave it right here, Coach, and what caused that timeout?
I tell you, they weren't set. They were trying to get the play in, defensive call in, and boy, Coach Corville was not happy. He's still not happy.
No, he's not. And for those folks back home, you had a little reminder from your Bolton days when you watched Coach C walk around.
I tell you, he reminds me of my old head coach, Coach Brownlee Parmley. And, boy, I tell you, he's fiery. I mean, don't just look at him and think that he's not fiery. He's a fiery guy.
What's your biggest takeaway from the game when you played it and Coach Parmley was there to today's game?
I think just advancement in the schemes.
You're getting too deep, Coach.
Yeah.
It's them shorts.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Them coach's shorts are gone.
Yeah, those old bike shorts with 2 snaps.
That's right. The old 2-snap shorts. That's right. Would hold anything you needed, though.
That's right. You're
Tape
exactly
and scissors and all of that. Here we are back. Trojans from the 36-yard line going left to right. 10:52.
Talon Johnson in.
Johnson is in the backfield. Now Mingo's to the near side. And Whitehat coming in. He's settling back in. You've got Townsend, it looks like, in the backfield as kind of a fullback that's over there. First time that we've seen that set. Well, this year, check that. Townsend's to the left H-back set is where he at. Feaster settles in at quarterback. Hard count trying to draw off the Navy and Golden Bears. Settling in beside Feaster. And quick pass over to Mingo. Mingo's going to have to shake and bake a little bit. He does. He gets the first down. Makes a man miss to the 20. Inside that and spun around and down is my Mingo to the 17-yard line. Give him the 16, and that's a first down for the Trojans. and that is just Mingo being Mingo, making things happen. He moves over to the far side now. He and Jalen Johnson. Johnson is in man coverage. That's where they like to go to the fade to Jalen. Tylen Johnson, the running back, he will get it this time. Cuts up the middle. It's going to be dropped to the 15, but give him just a yard on that play. And, Coach, that's where they missed that middle linebacker, number 20.
Yeah, and Townsend there on the block. If he could have kicked him outside, the hole was there, but he pushed him inside right into the back.
The Lightning portion of the Thunder and Lightning is back in there. There's a big snap throw over to Mingo. Got one-man coverage again. Mingo's going to make his man miss, and he's going to gallop into the end zone. That's a touchdown, ASH Trojans. Touchdown, my Mingo. See if we can pick that up on the instant replay and see what we've got going there. Not sure. We'll get back to live action on that and work on that.
Tell you what, they're man-to-man. Carencro's playing man-to-man, and Mingo, that's 2 that he's beat him on the man-to-man.
You're going to get hurt if you stay in the man-to-man early. 2 minutes in, 1:58 officially, 10:02 remaining here in the first, and the Trojans strike first. There's no 21-0 in this one. Snap is back. That kick is up from Van Dyke, and it is up, and it is good. 7-0 Trojans lead at 10:02 to go here in the first. You're listening to ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
And we are back here to the Crow Dome. Trojans take a 7-0 lead. My Mingo on that one, and a variety of guys had the football. Just a reminder, you'll be able to see all of this in video action tomorrow. 10:02 here in the first quarter of play, and the Trojans strike first in this one. Coach, and Channing Mesh set to kick things off.
Yes, sir. Feaster 3 for 3 on that drive for 60 yards and a touchdown.
What a great start. Mesh set to put a foot into it, and does. Hits a squibbler kick that's going to get around and bounce into the end zone, and that's exactly what you wanted to do. First kick, first touchback, and that Trojan defense coming to work.
Yeah, get that touchback there. I mean, now you're 13 yards in positive field position advantage from our kick return to theirs.
There you go. And starting with 80-yard drives is difficult to go, but this is what we've looked at all week long. And when we saw this one and we saw the work that Chance Babineau does, we've seen him do a lot of things, and he is out there at quarterback now. Good-looking young man, big, tall quarterback, 6 foot 190. The sophomore quarterback already receiving D1 offers. Babineau gets his line set and brings a man in motion to the near side. He's going to snap throw this one backwards. It's a halfback pass and wide open. A little bit of a flea flicker. Jason Blackwell unable to wrap up and tackle, but a little bit of trick racing, and they've not called him down yet. Still off and running. Finally going to get him on. Well, we think they'll get him onto the ground. Tackled inside the 5, and oh my goodness, 45 yards after the catch. And this Crow Dome crowd is going crazy. That was back thrown to number 2, Kashmir Batiste, that had that. We'll look and see who threw that. It was a receiver that came in motion. Was that Austin Dyson that threw the ball? Transferred over, was playing offensively or defensively last year. They moved him to wide receiver once Babineau came in. First and goal from inside the 10 down to the 7. And my goodness, what an answer. We told you it was going to be a fast one tonight. Babineau under center now, hands the ball off, and that is directly up the middle. Running the ball into the end zone is Johnny Martin for the touchdown. 2 plays and a touchdown, my goodness. And they will stay out there, it looks like. Not sure if they're staying out to go for 2. If Babineau just stays out, he may kick the extra points too.
Yeah, the kicker's out there now.
They have him listed as an athlete, so watch him. That is number, is that 42 or no, 48, Xander
yeah.
Blanchard that's in there to try to tie this thing up. Wow, just 52 seconds go off the clock on that one. Most of that was on the run where they couldn't get that young man down. Swinging gate closes up just a little bit. And Blanchard settles there out of the hold of Babineau, but think Babineau could pick it up and run it anytime he wanted to. Snap is back. It's high, but there, and it's tipped, but going to just fall short. Good pressure by the Trojans. So back-to-back touchdowns here in this one. Trojans lead it, though, via the extra point, 7-6. You're watching ASH Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Impressive drive for the Trojans, and then 2 plays later off of that big little wide receiver backwards lateral type of pass. It wasn't a flea flicker. It wasn't a halfback pass. It was a screen, a backward screen to the receiver Dyson, who chunked it downfield, and it was down the way to Kashmir Batiste for if they were 20, so 30. So, yeah, it was 70 yards or so on that pass. Now, 45 of it was after the run or after the catch, but still catching our breaths as Babineau's set to put a foot into this one, and he does right down the middle. Going to get over the head of JT. Now he's got to pick it up. It may set that offense in motion a little bit. J to the 15, now 20, bangs around, and they'll start at the 27. Will the Trojans had to go back and field that one over his shoulder.
Yeah, of course. The first one was shorter than that, obviously, so you're just trying to play what you saw the first time.
Wow, so the Trojans gave the ball to Carencro at 10:02. Now they've got it back at 9:02, clinging to that 1-point lead on that extra point that was tipped, and just enough to keep it short from Babineau. But my goodness, this is everything that we thought it would be and more. Don't forget, you'll be able to watch this one in its entirety tomorrow morning when we get everything uploaded. Feaster in there, quarterback's got JT. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Feaster play action and goes down to seam over the middle, but throws that one a little bit behind Mingo. In coverage was number 19, and that is Lance Hayes. Think that was just a little behind Mingo. If he gets it out in front of him, Mingo may still be running.
Yes, sir.
I like the idea. Now look how they've gotten off of Mingo a little bit more. The press coverage is not there, so you have that opportunity just to zip the ball out to him. Feaster back to pass. Kind of a back shoulder stop. He's out of bounds. Plants his foot out of bounds. Good call by the official to the near side as that ball turned E.J. Scott around. And the Trojans are looking at 3rd and 10 here with only 10 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, left foot came down out of bounds. Right foot came down in bounds, but it was after the left foot was already out of bounds.
Feaster's got 2 to the far side. It's Mingo, and I guess that's Jalen Johnson up to the top. He will bring into motion is E.J. Scott. Lindsey in the backfield with him. 3rd straight pass. Stepping up is Feaster, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Big-time pressure by the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Cameron.
Cyprian, coming in there doing that big senior, 6'3", 215, and yes, he is.
Yeah, and he plays both ways. He plays tight end on offense.
Boy, he had such a promising drive they got going, but 2 incompletions and the sack right there. Back deep to receive is Babineau. Back deep to receive the kick, it looks like, is 6 once again. Feaster will stay on to punt. The snap comes short, but he's able to corral it. Puts a good foot into that, and that's going to cause that one to bounce around and a fair catch to be called from Babineau. And, I did see him taking tickets when they were coming in, too. So he does a little bit of everything.
I tell you, I'm waiting to see him on the headset and calling plays on the defense, too.
It would not surprise me in the slightest. 1st down and 10, and the Trojans did not need to go 3 and out there. 8:09 remaining in the first as Carencro goes right to left. You see the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard at the top. We'll keep you up to date on some of the others. You'll see the Saddlers towing scroll when we are able to run the scoreboard in the morning. You'll see that's all of the scores. But we'll try to keep you updated on that Pineville score, also Buckeye as well on our sister networks here. In motion goes number 13 is Bernard. Bernard's going to get it there and brought down on the side. Good job defensively coming up and making that one.
Yeah, Jalen Kirk on that tackle. Tell you what, for short 1 yard gain, but boy, if I'm glad he made it. If he would have missed that, he probably would have had the first down there.
Indeed, he would. Bernard goes out to the right, to the near side. Big, tall, lanky number 9, Austin Dyson. We saw him throw the football earlier on that kind of a wide receiver screen, but it's all on Chance Babineau. And there's a penalty flag. It's going to be called offsides against the Trojans, and that's going to give them 5 yards. Probably lined up in the neutral zone was the near side, looked like Gaines, who we did not see play last week because he was recovering from that injury. But my goodness, when you get somebody at 2nd and 9, 2nd and 4, certainly makes a big difference.
Boy, that's interesting, Doug, because, I mean, he was not, I mean, he was right in line with us. I mean, maybe his face mask, maybe.
Babineau, same set, 7.5 to go, nearing that 6-minute timeout. Babineau comes under center now. He's dangerous from there. Handoff goes to the lead back, and he's getting to the outside. And that is number 2, Kashmir Batiste, who strikes through for about 15 yards and a Carencro first down. And the Bears are picking up where they left off last year running the football.
Yeah, Jalen Lewis there on the tackle.
So Batiste, again, as we near that 6-minute mandatory timeout here in the months of September and may run it into October the way the heat has been. 3 receivers to the near side, but they don't oftentimes stay that way. They like to shift just a little bit beforehand. 15 seconds on the play clock. First down and 10 for Carencro from the Trojan 36-yard line. Snap is back. Babineau's got it. Hands off to Batiste, and he just shifty little runner. The ball comes out. Trojans are saying that they have it. We'll see what it is.
The umpire's pointing down.
They're saying that it was down, and that's not going to make Coach Josh Mercer happy. No, the Trojans have had it, and that's a turnover. Oh, they're calling that Trojans defense is going to have to get back out there quickly or get a timeout because they are saying the Trojans are not going to be ready. The ball has stayed. The official at least standing over the football, but you got to get that defense back out there now.
They should.
You almost got to get a timeout there if you're Bachman in that group, but ball was on the ground. One official said it was, one didn't, so they'll play on Bears. Handoff goes to Batiste, and he is pulled backwards, but he's going to fall over for a first down. Batiste just continues to grind those legs.
Yeah, Nelson there, got his jersey, but didn't quite get him down, and White ended up taking him down.
Officials timeout here for the 6-way point. We'll take it with them. Be back in 1 minute. You're watching ASH Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate.
And we are back here, and Carencro brings out that wing gun formation just a little bit as Coach Corville calls it. 7-6, Trojans have the lead halfway through the first, but Carencro, after forcing a 3-and-out from the Trojans, are marching, and they're marching right to left here down at the 25-yard line, first down and 10, nearing that red zone. Batiste flanks to the left side of Babineau. Babineau back to pass, going over the top. Good coverage, but right in the hands and never turned around. That pass is complete to Antoine Alexander. No, correction, that's 13, Kendrick Bernard, who catches that. And I'm telling you, at that point, Gaines never turned around.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up being a perfectly thrown ball, but once again, he's face guarding, doesn't make the turn, doesn't try to find the ball, and it goes right past his ear hole.
And the one thing you do, you want to look at the receiver's eyes or his hands, but it was perfectly thrown and placed right over the top. But it's 12-7 in this one. Lining up for the swinging gate, you got the kicker that is flanked out to the right. We'll see if Babineau calls him in or he continues to run this one. Spread formation over the offense, and now he sneaks up under center. He's going to run it right up the middle, And Babineau looks like he is in for the two-point conversion. And following that first drive, Carencro doing just about anything that they want to here offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I tell you, of course, first pass on the last drive that Ash had, leads to Mingo a little bit there, might be different, but that's part of it. And then that play, on the fumble, not fumble, I wish they would have taken a little more time as a crew to talk about it. Back judge was pointing for Ash. The umpire was pointing the ball was down, and they didn't really talk too much about it.
Back deep to receive, J.T. Lindsay. He stands at the Trojan 5-yard line. He is there with Jalen Johnson, who is at the Alexandria 10, waiting for the Carencro Golden Bears to make their way out onto the field. My goodness, it'll be good to go back and see this one again in the morning as we post this tape-delayed version of it. Due to Carencro rules, that is why we are audio only, unable to make the stream. So all of those people that want it back on the radio, here you go. 5:54 to go. Carencro with a 14-7 lead here in the first. So whereas it was not a 21-0 start, it's been a 14-0 run for the Golden Bears, and we'll see what Alexandria has as an answer to this one. You cannot get behind this explosive team. Lining up, set to tee it up is number 48, and that's Xander Blanchard. Kick is a squib down the middle. We'll see if JT's able to come up and get it. He does at the 18. Trying to come all the way to the far side now. Reverses field. Trying to go to the other way if he can get to the corner. It's not going to matter as penalty flags come down. And the Trojans will start, I would say, somewhere down around their 10-yard line, perhaps 10 to 15, following that penalty for what is going to be an illegal use of hands on the return team, illegal block. So the Trojans just out of sorts following that first drive. We'll see if they come out and do what key number one was, and that's establish that run. Or correction, that was number 2, I believe.
Yeah. But they did do number 1. They came out with a fast start. But I tell you, Feaster was 3 for 3, 60 yards on the first drive, and 0 for 2 with a sack on the second drive.
Well, the Trojans will start this one from their 19-yard line. First down and 10. Feaster's got Lindsay in the backfield. Mingo in the slot. He's joined there by the Trojans' number 4, E.J. Scott. Handoff goes to Lindsay, but he is hit in the backfield, and that offensive line is just getting it's getting backed up. They're setting what is that secondary line of scrimmage as they're just pushing the Trojans back right off the ball. That's a loss of 1.
Yeah, not firing off the ball too well.
Here goes Feaster and the Trojans coming up now. Press coverage, play action. That's got Mingo, and there's got to be a. Here comes the flag from the far side, and that's going to be pass interference as the receiver was all over Mingo as that one came through.
Yeah, he went through his back early. I mean, that was obvious. Just surprised that it was the line judge on the far side.
Not the one.
That's correct.
Indeed, but it's early in the season for these guys. Pass interference. Now it will be a 10-yard penalty again. They'll give him 15 out of it, and it is a first down. Not an automatic first down. Remember, there are only a couple of situations that warrant an automatic first down. First and 10 for your ASH Trojans. They have it from the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. That is E.J. Scott that says he's got some room. Now quickly coming this way is Washington. Back to pass. They've got to set up the screen just out of the outstretched hands of J.T. Lindsay. And I'm going to tell you, he would have went 66 yards to the house, but he didn't.
Yeah, get a little pressure there by Carencro's number 7. He's kind of like number 6 there. I mean, he does everything as well. Well, he came off the edge and just did not give, Feaster the time to get that proper touch on that one.
A lot of players play both ways for this Carencro team. 5'18", but limited numbers. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Lindsay in the backfield with Feaster. Feaster back just a pass now. Zips this one out, and that's that stop route. It is complete and out of bounds, and that's going to be a first down complete to Darius Washington.
I tell you what, he throws that well. He throws that back shoulder well, and he threw the ball before it was out, before the receiver made
Throw the receiver open, he says. Babineau moves inside in coverage. Handoff is going to go to Lindsay, though. Lindsay spun around. He's going to be dropped. Penalty flag on the field. Looks like we may get a hold down the field. It'll be measured from there, and it is. So if I look right, it's going to be first down and about 18. Cameron Calderon is going to be whistled for.
He's hurt.
Or correction, he's down, and that's the center for the Trojans, young man that we had on there on the show last night.
He was walking to the sideline, but it looks like he's going to try to fight through it.
They call that from the line of scrimmage is where they got that from. So it's about a yard perhaps ahead of it. So it'll be 19. First down and 19. You mark it from the spot. That's what makes that holding penalty so rough when it is behind the line of scrimmage. That one was downfield. But again, the Trojans find themselves in a hole. First down and 19, 4:51 and counting. And a penalty flag is whistled there. Offsides now again. And that's the second time that a cornerback has been called for offsides. One for the Trojans, now one for the Golden Bears. And Coach, you and I don't like that call.
No, I don't. Of course, I know the receiver looks at the side judge, asks if he's good. I know the DB doesn't get that right, but boy, that's a tough call.
First and 14, 4:46 to go here in the first quarter play. Carencro 14-7. Feaster going over the top. He's got Jalen. Jalen's going to bobble that one around, and there's going to be a pass interference call once again. And look, we've told you over and over in high school, if you beat, get the penalty. I mean, because then you're only going 10 yards.
Yeah, ball a little underthrown, but and he played it well. Jalen played it well. Went to high point the ball, and the DB just ran right through him. That's not an automatic first down.
Nope, they'll give them 15 yards, though, and that will be enough for a first down. That is two 15-yard penalties for pass interference on this drive alone. But I'm telling you, if not, Jalen was right there. So I like what I'm seeing out of that Trojans pass game. Just missed the one to Lindsey earlier on the play that would have scored it. But that's first down and 10 now from the Bears' 44-yard line. 4:35 remaining here in the first. Trojans moving left to right. From the school to the neighborhood as we look at it. Feaster back to pass. Throws this one. Knocked around and intercepted. No, ball is on the ground. But goodness, good job of turning around by Darius Washington and playing defense right there.
Yeah, and Joni Martin, I think, had a bunch of Washington's jersey there on that cut. But
tell you what you set up is that pump fake and the stop and go route.
You're right. And you notice they're playing off of Mingo now.
I don't blame them. Handoff up the middle goes Lindsey. Bangs into that line, but it is Carencro that's getting the better of the trenches here in this one. Third down and along 6, maybe 7, they'll give it. Quickly they go. 4:13 remaining from the 41. Snap throw over to Mingo. We'll see if he can make a man miss. Spun around is going to be dropped down at the 39-yard line they give him. The Trojans from the 39, I got to believe they'll go for it here. It's going to be 4th down and 4. Could be a pooch kick out of it. Feaster is the punter still. Out of sorts is that defense for Carencro.
Tell you, Doug, they're playing one middle linebacker, and then the free safeties 8 yards off the ball in the center.
Tanner Townsend comes over to the near side. Feaster can quick kick from there. He sends Tanner out in motion. Back to pass is Feaster. He's got pressure. He's got to escape it. Looking downfield. Dumps this one off, and it's in the area, but out of the reach of J.T. Lindsey, and that will be a turnover on downs. And my goodness, again, just inches away from really making some big plays. But know what they say about frogs and wings and all that stuff. So
yeah, but I will tell you this. This is week number 1. I mean, 2-3 weeks from now, that touch pass is going to be there, and he's scoring.
Jeremiah Jeffers Wright out on the field now, ready to go to work and anchor that defensive line. He's out there by Jordan Mason. Defensively along with him, Carrot Gaines is there. Jason Blackwell, the big hitter for these Trojans. And then Amarian Ford anchors that middle linebacker spot. You see Aiden off to the far sideline. So a 4-man front for the Trojans. Kind of a stand-up linebacker to the near side. Here comes motion. Back to pass is Babineau. He's looking over the top. He's going to throw this one. Got a man. Goes up and gets it, and the Trojans are not covering at all tonight in this one. Austin Dyson, who was a recipient or threw the ball earlier on that big trickeration, goes up at high points and gets that one. Yeah, and perfect job by the receiver.
Yeah, Rylan Hall coverage there on free safety. I mean, just ran free. The ball was actually underthrown, because the pressure that the Trojans put on him. Almost got to him, but, still had the completion.
Babineau not afraid to throw it up to his receivers, does a good job of getting that ball down the field and letting his big guys go and make some work. He's now got 3 receivers to the far side, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of the Trojans, 2:47, 14-7. Golden Bears lead this one over your Trojans. Back to passes Babineau. He's got pressure. Going to be brought down in the backfield. That's a big-time stop, and that's big-time Aiden Walker.
Yes, sir. Kept containment. He tried to, force him inside, and, boy, whenever he made the cut, he was there.
Talked to him on the show last night and said, Babineau's a good player. He said, yes, sir, we're good players too. And absolutely, 2:22 to go. Give him 5 yards on that loss. We'll make it 2nd down and 15 from the Trojan 35. First time, really, that Carencro has been behind the sticks on this one. 2:10 and counting. 14-7, Carencro leads this one. Babineau has Batiste flanked to his right. Sends him out in motion. Babineau now back to pass. He's getting pressured up the middle. Zips this one back in and out of the hands. Good pressure coming up and making that defensive stop for the Trojans was Carrick Gaines. Pass was intended once again for number 13. That's Kendrick Bernard, and that's kind of a safety net for Babineau.
Yeah, he's the one, and I'll tell you, that's the discipline we were talking about. He's the way back, wait for the ball to be released, and then closed in on the play.
3rd down and 15 for Carencro. This would be that opportunity to get Carencro off the field. He's got 2 receivers to the top. That's Johnny Martin up at the top alongside of Bernard. Babineau has Batiste in the backfield with him, and that is Austin Dyson to the near side. Babineau gets his offensive line set, calls for it. 3rd consecutive pass attempt. There goes Walker. In and out of the hands. A hold not called. Us trying to get that out of there. But that pass intended for Cameron Cyprian, and Trojans got lucky and unlucky on the same play.
I tell you what, hey, it happens on both sides.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Look, that's football, and that's what it is. 4th down and 15. You got to believe if Carencro. Don't forget that Babineau can do that quick kick as well. 1:49 clock is stopped following the incomplete pass. Babineau stays in there. He's got Batiste to his right. Same 2 receiver to the top, 1 to the near side set that sees Bernard in man coverage, sending Batiste out. No quick kick coming here, but there's pressure forced back to the inside. Jeremiah's got to get him, throwing the ball over to a wide open receiver into the end zone. But great job defensively going up and making that play because wide open was the receiver. But the ball just floated up there. Try to get some better eyes in mind and see who that was that pushed him down. It may have been Blackwell.
It was
yeah,
Blackwell.
Number 22, Jason Blackwell, goes up. Covers because the ball was just thrown so high that it allowed the receiver to go back and get it, and the Trojans forced their own turnover on downs.
Well, Aiden forces them, pressure there, and then White steps up and puts the, secondary pressure on him, so he had to throw it off his back foot. He was open, but I tell you, Jason closed quickly.
Nobody covering the 2 receivers to the top of the field. Now you've got 1 receiver out. I got to think Carencro's got to get a timeout. Mingo wide open, nobody on him. But coming up and doing a great job, Mingo just getting his receiver off. That was number 4. Johnny Martin was the only one covering 2 receivers. He had Mingo and he had Jalen Johnson.
Couldn't get the snap fast enough, could we?
No, and Mingo's just doing jumping jacks to the near side. Now he's over here with us. And that is E.J. Scott to the near side, but it's going to be offsides against the defense. And, Coach, that's the third. It's got to be something that they're watching this year on that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that's also one of those things to where that speed, that pressure, that going fast, they're not getting lined up. Unlike the one against ASH and the first one against Carencro, this one was just they're trying to get set up.
And you're right, those Golden Bears on defense, tough to get to the line of scrimmage. JT's got that one. Good hole off to the left side. And JT banging around over folks and is going to be pushed out of bounds there. Right at midfield is where they'll mark that one. He may have the head of the football inside. No, it's going to be just across the 49, but another first down in the Trojan set to go fast. Back to pass is Feaster. He's looking, he pulls that one down now. He's going to have to tuck it and run, does Feaster, and picks up 3 yards. And we'll take that one.
Yes, we will. Nothing wrong there. The pressure was on him. He made something positive out of it.
Get back and get another play called. They mark him out of bounds. Said he stepped out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Thought he was 2 or 3 yards down, but that's okay. He'll be marked at the 49-yard. Now they're going to discuss it just a little bit.
don't make me erase my 3-yard gain that I just wrote down.
That's right. It's why you write in pencil.
That's right. But
Looks
I'll tell
like,
you what, I want this one in pen. I want this there. No, the ball's there for some reason.
But the stick is back there.
Yeah.
So now they'll call a little officials timeout, come out, and they're calling it looks like an illegal participation is what I see. And Coach Corville is just livid about things on the near sideline. Illegal participation against the Golden Bears, and that's going to result in a first down, we do believe, for the Trojans. 49.9 remaining in what has, all I can say, has been an explosive first 12 minutes of play.
I tell you, it has. Now on that one, Doug, will we get the plays dead, or does he actually get the 3-yard gain and then it's automatic first down?
Well, they're having to discuss it down there. That means that we're going to have to, and we'll see what the official comes up with. He's waving the flag off after they talk about it. And look, let me tell you, if you're going to, I'll take that any day of the week. If they'll get together and get the call right, I don't care what the call is. Just get the call right.
I wish they would have done the exact same thing on the fumble earlier that Ash caused, that they did not take the time to talk about.
2nd down and 7, so they will give Feaster the 3 yards. And Coach Bachman now, he wants an explanation from the White Hat about that as well. And that's the end of the explanations. As here comes that Trojan offense sprinting out on the field, and they are ready to go to work all the way to the near side. Comes E.J. Scott. He is in man coverage. He's out on Jeremy Lawrence. Lawrence giving him 9 yards off the line of scrimmage. JT is going to get that one, trying to get to the outside. He's going to have to cut it back, and he gets hammered by a host of Navy and gold there along the sideline.
Yeah, 3-yard loss there. They just strung Carencro's defense. Strung that out. It just took too long to develop.
Went to the near side, and that's tough sledding over there. You see Mingo going back to the slot on the far side. Back to pass. Here comes that pressure. Got to get out of there. Feaster's got to dump it off, and he does. Gets it near the receiver.
Now, was it 2nd or 3rd down? Because the thing was, okay, there we go. They had the.
Yeah, this will be 4th.
Yeah.
So the Trojans will come out set to punt, and Feaster will stay out there. And Bachman playing a little bit of field position because he liked the way his defense came out and played last time. You'd like to pin Carencro down deep. Back deep to receive. Johnny Martin goes back for the Golden Bears. 13.2 remaining in the first quarter, 14-7. Carencro gets it low snap, but Feaster gets it. It's high and it's short. Got to bounce that off of one of the Carencro players here. That'll bounce around and up into the hands of number 17 for the Trojans. That is Cortez Simon, and that's where the Golden Bear will take over with 3.8 remaining in an explosive first quarter. Trojans strike first. They do what they want on that first drive, 7-0. Quickly answering back with a little trickeration, a 3-and-out, and another deep score. And Carencro has the lead, 14-7. Not as uneventful as that first quarter was last year, as the Trojans were fighting and clawing their way back from it, but it's 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Have a break coming up between quarters. We'll take that in just a moment. 3.8 to go. Back in the backfield is the explosive Chance Babineau, and he just must never get tired because he's out every snap.
That was going to be my thing, and we'll talk about it after this play here.
Babineau's got 2 in the backfield as he's back under center, settles that line down. The handoff comes to the near side, getting a lot of room. Got to come up and make a tackle.
Blackwell.
And they do that. Blackwell holds on until help comes over. That help was in the Xavier White coming up and getting that one. And that does it for the first quarter of play here from Carencro, and what an explosive one it has been. Does Babineau have enough in the tank to go the distance playing every down? We shall see. He sure looks like it after one. Carencro leads at 14-7. You're watching ASH Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family.
Back starting things off in the second quarter of play. Again, we are tape delayed in this one, audio only while it's live due to the rules put in place by the Bears of Carencro and Coach Corville, and we'll honor those. 12 minutes here set back on the clock for the second quarter of play, and it is second down. They'll get that yard marker fixtures at first after that play. We'll see. They're getting the chain set up, and I don't know. They'll move the stick to second down if it's there. Oh. Huh? 7-0. Pineville has the lead over Winfield. There at home in Sandy Canyon are the Rebels. Rich Dupree, Nathan Martin on that call. Glad to have the Rebels and the Indians on board. Indians got their win last night. The Rebels are looking to start the season off 1-0. Correction, 13-0 now. The Rebels have the lead. Second down and 3. 3 receivers to the near side. You'll see a lot of pressure come in on this one. This is the formation that Babineau's been able to scramble around a little bit and get off one of those miracle Brett Favre-style passes. Second down and 3 as we start things in the second quarter of play from the 37. Carencro now going left to right. Quick pass is over to the near side, complete. Chasing to the outside and just running down the field, and he's going to get to the house. That is number 2, Kashmir Batiste. Look around, and there are no flags. That one goes 62 yards for the Golden Bear touchdown. And it's tackling at that point, Coach. And the tackling we saw a week ago, we're not seeing tonight.
I tell you, Gaines, I mean, it was just a perfect block. I mean, the receiver on him pancaked him, and he had contained. If he'd have been able to force him inside, the flow of our defenders takes him. But, boy, as soon as he got outside, it was over. Dyson
goes back and gives a little high five to the kicker, number 48, Blanchard, as he steps up. Now he goes out onto the wide receiver side, and that brings Babineau back there for that swinging gate, but it's not really a swinging gate. It's just a modified extra point. Now he sneaks under center, and the Trojans are right over the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds now, and Babineau will back up a little bit. The Trojans stuff that one just a bit, and they snap it to the up back, and it's no good. The Trojans stop. PAT, no good. 20-7. We'll be right back. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
First time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we are back high above the Crow Dome. Doug Gann along with Nick Magnano, and the Trojans struck first in this one, but they have given up 20 unanswered to the number 9 ranked Golden Bears of Carencro. But, Coach, I'm telling you, it's a couple of inches away. I like the way the Trojans are playing offensively. They're just a step away.
Yeah, it's one play here, one play. I mean, of course, the first touchdown drive, I mean, think you make the tackle at the 40. He spins off he lands on our defender, gets up and runs to the 5. So, you know, little break here and there, and it'll be different.
Yep. And again, the Trojans did get the toss. Carencro deferred, so they will get the ball to start things off after halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you caught up with some of the games from around the way. A couple of them were last night finals. The 446 Sports family went 1-1 last night, hoping to run the table tonight. Jalen Johnson is back deep with JT Lindsay. Babineau back set to kick this one off. Kicking left to right goes the Golden Bear athlete. And he scrubs that one down the middle. Going to have to come up and fall on it. Trojans do, and they'll have it at the 28. And if you noticed a little bit of desperation in the lungs there, you got it. That's number 20, Vaughn Dabon, that comes up. We saw him run the ball for the Trojans some, too, in that game last week. Alexandria has to come out and make something on this drive.
Yeah. I mean, and you need a sustained drive because Carencro, they have so many players playing both ways. If we could just keep them on the field, make them chase us a little bit, and wear them out.
It's like one of those MMA fights where you just keep putting shots to the leg and wearing the guy down. Two receivers to the top, one to the near side. Mingo is in the slot again, and they're trying to spread out this Carencro team. Feaster will call for the ball. Quick throw over to the far side. It's complete and just hammered in the backfield is Feaster. That's going to be roughing the passer, and that will be an automatic first down as Feaster just got smoked 2 or 3 steps after he throws the ball, and that was number 84, Jalen Roberts. Just you look at some of the sizes on these young guys. That's another sophomore that's 6'2", 208, and my goodness.
And can run. I mean, he closed that quickly.
Penalties are racking up. But Carencro sits there with a 20-7 lead, but that's some 60 yards in penalties here early on. The Trojans, they'll move the ball to the middle of the field. That penalty puts Alexandria at their own 43-yard line, 11:30 and counting here in the second quarter. They trail 20-7. First down and 10. Feaster's got it. He's got Lindsey in the backfield with him. 3 receivers now to the near side. That's Mingo, Scott, and who's the other receiver out there? We'll get that to the side of it. It's Darius Washington. Back to pass is Feaster, but looks like we may have a timeout before then. Delay a game against the Trojans is called, and how does this fast-paced offense get a delay a game? I don't know.
I think it was the setting of the ball. I think it took them so long to place the ball.
From our sister station, Buckeye is leading 14-12 over Block on the road in Jonesville. Back to pass is Feaster. He's going over the top and just overthrows that one. You saw that when it came out. They didn't put enough air under it, but might have been for the best. That wasn't one of those back shoulder ones.
Yeah, for sure. Joni Martin on the coverage there. I think that's his number. And he looked like the intended receiver. He played it well.
Carencro is responding to this tempo of the Trojans. Now they're playing way off, trying to give up the short pass, but they close so well. That may set up that snap throw. There's that back shoulder fade, or that stop route that's thrown, but there was no connection. And Feaster, who was throwing it perfectly in the first quarter, is not doing it here, has missed on his last couple.
Yeah, Marquez Butler on that was the one. He just didn't look in sync. Looked like he ran the route a little bit.
Carencro rotating a lot of defensive linemen in, but this third down and 15 is huge for the Trojans. You got 2 receivers to the near side, Lindsey in the backfield. Receiver to the, that slot coverage guy to the near side was offsides. There's that snap throw that's thrown 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and you're not going to get out of that one. And Jalen just blown up. They'll give him officially a loss of 2 on that reception. But the coaches, the defensive coaches for Carencro high-fiving because they're blowing up those short passes. That may be an opportunity to switch that up a little bit. Feaster stays back in there. Who do you think is back deep to receive? Chance Babineau.
Yeah. Well, we need a good one here, Ty. We need to, unlike the 13-yarder on the last one.
10-12 to go until halftime. Feaster puts a foot into this one, and it is high and not very deep. Going to bounce around again. That'll roll inside the 37 to the 36. Looks like where Carencro will have it again. Jaden Lewis touches that one down. But, goodness, it has just been field position battle that has been all Carencro in this one, and they've been able to capitalize. Time of possession, defensive work. Following that first drive by the Trojans, it has been all Carencro, to say the least.
Yeah, big play after big play. I mean, we need them. We need to hold them here. We need a little patience here on they're under center now. These quick hitting plays that they have on their run game.
Babineau under center now. Looks for the first man through and does give it to the fullback. And this
Xavier White on the tackle there.
This first half of the Trojans, it looks like Carencro doing more to wear them out than anything. There you see Jeremiah that's in there, Walker's there, Mason, a lot of these big-time players. have been neutralized tonight. 2nd down and 5 from the Carencro 43-yard line. 9.5 to go until halftime. 20-7, Carencro has the lead. And they get the ball to start the second half. Got to avoid being Belichicked here because this could really open things up. Handoff goes to the far side. That's Baptiste. He is brought down, but never stops churning those legs. I mean, he was stopped for a loss of 1, picked up 3 before number 13 came in and got him, and coach, that's Jalen Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk, yeah. And then White on the assist as well.
3rd down and inches. And this is one of those where if you're Carencro, I think you're going for it on 4th down. If you don't get it, so here's a shot. Maybe you get some play action. Maybe you try to bust something over the top right here.
Yeah. Offensive coordinator knows he has two plays to get a half yard here.
Yep, your defense is playing well. It's 3rd and inches from the 46-yard line of Carencro. Handoff goes right up the middle of that big bruising fullback, and he's going to get the first. And one of the Trojan players will have to come off as a helmet came out of there, and we'll see which one it is.
That's 92.
That's Jordan Mason, the junior
yeah.
defensive lineman, will come off.
I tell you, Doug, the defensive line has to get lower. They have to get lower. Carencro is great at getting low and driving off the ball.
Austin Dyson goes out to the far side.
We have this height advantage on this side, and maybe even the weight advantage. But boy, they are getting low. They are getting the leverage.
Ball sits directly at midfield. Babineau back in the shotgun, and he's going to keep it this time. And he's got room to the side. Lowers his shoulder and initiates the contact that time on Gaines, but is driven out of bounds. But another 8-yard pickup, and this is exactly what Carencro did by running the football and controlling the tempo.
Yeah, they've gone under center this one, of course. I know they did have one shotgun, but most of them on this drive has been under center, and they're just driving it. They're just going for it.
Back on the Alexandria side of the field, they are at the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Need to get to the 40-yard line for the first down. 7:22 remaining until halftime. Baptiste is back and out of there, and that pass over to Bernard is complete. And just getting all the time that he wants. Blackwell finally comes up and makes the tackle. But this is a Carencro team that looks like they are worthy of that number 9 ranking. Who's the 8 that are better? Goodness.
Yeah, tell you, they can pick what they want to do right now. They have us on our heels.
This is a very fast, physical Trojan defense, and they are just getting controlled on the clock and milking it as much as they can, down under 10 before Carencro snaps it, and that's exactly Golden Bear football. Baptiste in the backfield now. He switches sides with Babineau. 2 and 1 on the play clock. Great job of milking it down. Babineau looking to go over the top. Got Bernard in and out of the hands and off the fingertips of Bernard that time. And oh, baby, was that a close one.
Yeah, a little more air into that one, and it drops right in the basket. He just kind of got crossed. Instead of being over his left shoulder, it was over his right. It was a difficult catch.
Look, I am so impressed with this young man from Carencro in number 6, Chance Babineau. They've got him listed in one place at quarterback, strong safety, and free safety. The original roster they've got here in the press box, they've got him listed as just an athlete. And, yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
I absolutely agree. 6:28 to go until halftime. Babineau looking over the top, throws this one out, and it's complete and out of bounds.
Yeah, forced out there by Raylan Hall. I tell you, I mean, he just stepped up in the pocket there. Pocket's collapsing, and he steps up and keeps his eye on the receiver and puts a great throw out there in the boundary.
6:20 until halftime. 7-yard pickup there. 3rd down and 7.
Well, they have slowed the pace down here, but, I mean, they're controlling it. So
again, due to Carencro rules, it is audio only in this game, no live streaming. 3rd down and 3. Babineau's going to keep it himself. He's hit by Blackwell, who tries to strip the ball out, and Babineau is not going to stop. He's finally brought down, but not before he gets to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Jaden Lewis finally took him down. I tell you, try to strip the ball. We gotta wrap him up, boys. You wrap him up there, and you keep him from the first down there.
Timeout on the field. Hydration timeout at 6 minutes. We'll take them back. We'll take it with them and be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to / watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Out in the books. Just a reminder to all of those that are trying to catch the video of this one. Schools have the opportunity to say whether you can or cannot video live from there. They don't choose to do it, and that prohibits us from doing that as well. And graciously, they let us do the audio from it, so we're able to bring this to you. But the entirety of this game will be shown in tape delay as soon as we get it uploaded and get back into Alexandria. First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. We know it's frustrating to a lot. Ball is on the ground. The Trojans have it. Jason Blackwell is going to fall on it as that ball came out, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for this ASH Trojan team. And, I guess that means that we spoiled a lot of people by bringing you continuous video coverage. But, unfortunately, when we're at their place, they dictate what we're able to do or not. So those of you back home shaking your head, then that's the reason. 5:54. Until halftime, Trojans dodged a bullet right there. Got to go down and get something going. They'll start from their 15-yard line.
Yeah, Nelson caused a fumble there, and Blackwell recovered. I'll tell you what, that was exactly what we needed.
Two receivers to the near side, two to the top. Trojans now will go right to left. Play action to Lindsey. Stepping up is Feaster. He's got an opportunity to get out of there and avoids a sack. Only picks up a couple, but there is a young man for Carencro that has went down, and that's going to cause an official timeout, and you hate to see that from anybody. Looked like he got his hand banged up perhaps between a couple of helmets, but you don't want to speculate anything. That's why we take the cameras off during these injury timeouts and don't show them. Everyone taking a knee. We're going to step away and take a 30-second break, minimum 30-second break. We'll do that while you're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule
Our
your
mobile
next
banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier.
And we are back here to the Crow Dome, they like to call it down here. What do you have on that injury, Coach?
Jacqueline Roy. It looks like he might have a rib. It looks like he's holding his side there. He might have took a shot to
Looking
the ribs.
around the way, Tioga Big 58-0 last night. Pineville up 13-0. Buckeye up 14-12. And that's a look at the scores from around the way, thanks to Couve, who's making some graphics out there. You remember James Cuvier, big friend of the program here. Feaster going back over the top. That time it's complete. Breaking out of a tackle, but not enough. And out of the way, and those Trojans will hustle down the field. First down, Alexandria from their own 36-yard line is where they will scrimmage.
19-yard gain there. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch.
That's that couple of inches off that the Trojans were early on. Handoff goes to Lindsey now, looks for some running room, cuts back inside, beautifully spun around, though, and will be dropped down for a pickup of 5 yards. And the Trojans just rapidly getting to the line of scrimmage. This is what we're going to have to see if it pays off in that second half. Mingo to the near side. He is there with a couple of others. That is Jimmy Duncan. Also with him, Mingo goes to the far side, and they do that little inside toss to him. Oh. Mingo trying to get to the outside, but there's going to be a flag that is down in the backfield. And see what they're going to bring here. That was thrown. Illegal shift is what is going to be called, and that's not going to negate a Trojan first down. It'll be 5 yards and repeat second down. 4:49 to go until halftime. Trojans trailing this one 20-7.
I tell you, we had momentum there. That was actually a 5-yard gain on first down. Should go back to.
From a first down to 2nd and 10, that's a big swing in this one. Clock starts to run. We sit at 4:46 to go here until halftime. See what I did there?
I like that.
3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Snap is back. Feaster quickly over there, and that's complete. That gets all the yardage back, plus some, going down the sideline now. Off and running towards the end zone, but pushed down at the 25-yard line. Looked to be E.J. Scott or Darius Washington over there. We'll see if that was smaller of the two, I believe, is E.J. Scott.
Yeah,
quickly up to the line go the Trojans.
Oh, where are they?
Pushed him out of bounds, they say, at the 36-yard line, but 4:32 to go until halftime. Feaster's got his Trojans on the march here. Gives it up the middle to JT. JT's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard, if anything. 4:22, Trojans definitely need to get something going into the end zone here. They are rapidly back up to the line of scrimmage. No time for instant replays in this game. 2 receivers to the near side. That's Jimmy Duncan alongside of Jalen Johnson. 2 to the top. Back to pass goes Feaster. He's getting pressure, but that's that little inside swing to Mingo. Spun around, still going, and on his feet. Will be brought down, but he's going to pick up 6 on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 3 to Mingo.
Darius Washington.
Was it Washington?
Yes, sir, Darius Washington.
Darius has it.
Yeah, 6-yard gain there.
There's Mingo to the near side. He's on the inside slot. He's there with Jimmy Duncan and Jalen Johnson. A lot of confusion out of that Carencro team, and I'm telling you, like a fighter trying to get to the bell, Coach, in this one, as they got the Trojans have them on their heels, a la that first drive.
Yes, yeah, very good here, and getting the momentum back right before half. You know, boy, we punched this one in, bring it to 20-14 right before half. That'd be very good.
You dodge a bullet with the turnover down inside your own 20-yard line, get it at the 15, and off and going.
You know, create the turnover.
Indeed, that's correct, and it was a great job of going and getting after it. Again, audio only per Carencro's their rules on there, unable to do that, and that's what we'll honor. 20-7 in this one, 3:36 remaining. Trojans have it 3rd down and 3 from right on the 30-yard line of Carencro.
Tell you, Doug, I don't know if the line can hold them, but what is happening with Washington and Scott on that far side, if they can do the pump and go, if they could give them time, because that back shoulder pass, that short screen has been there all night.
Yeah, they're jumping that coverage on there. 3 again to the near side. Lindsey in the backfield with Feaster. 3rd down and 3. Feaster, snap throw over there is complete. Trying to spin out of a tackle. It does. Spinning around, trying to get clear. Slung around and out of bounds. But that's a first down for your ASH Trojans.
Yeah, 10-yard gain there. That's that stop route. You know, he's throwing it before he makes the turn, catching it, and positive yards.
It has been there a lot for the Trojans as backing off. Now coming up a little more in coverage is that Carencro defense. To the near side is Duncan, Johnson, and Mingo. It's explosive, and that's what explains that opening on the far side. Mingo goes the other way. There's that little touch pass. Mingo spinning around. He's got 5 out of it. They'll give him 4 to make it 2nd down, 3:20. So plenty of time for your Trojans to continue this drive that was, dare I say, much, much needed.
Yeah, they must have grabbed him on his collar there. I thought he might have grabbed a face mask, but Two referees right there, two officials right there.
Spinning around now and ready to go. Handoff up the middle to JT, and that went nowhere fast. Even a loss of a couple of yards on it.
Yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with that because you try. We've been spreading the field, try to pop it up the middle, and Carencro was just there and made a great defensive play.
Jalen now comes off the field. Feaster's got Lindsey in there. To the far side, he's got Scott and Mingo. Near side, Trojans go with Duncan and Darius Washington as Jalen is on the sideline. Play action, stepping up, going to be dropped in the backfield, and that's just big-time work by that Carencro defense. My goodness, firing through there was number 33, and he was the one that was hurt earlier.
Yeah.
Good to see him back in there, but just not on that play.
Yeah, exactly.
4th down and 12. The Trojans had 2nd down and 5, and it went lost yardage on 2 consecutive. It looks like Alexandria may be taking the timeout. We'll take it with them and be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we are back here. Carencro, Louisiana Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. And 4th down and 12. What was 2nd down and 5 a couple of plays ago has been some great defensive work. The Trojans are going to stay out there. The one thing that they did was keep some chaos from happening down inside their red zone. Got the turnover, but really have to pay this drive off. You've got to the near side is Washington, Mingo, and we'll see who else they have over here.
Jimmy Duncan.
With him, Jimmy Duncan's to the near side. That's going to put Mingo in, or correction, that'll put Jalen in solo coverage on the far side. No, that's 4. That is E.J. Scott on the far side. So Scott in man coverage. Back to pass is Feaster. Play action. That ball is knocked out of there, and that has a potential for a scoop and score, but they fall on it. Trojans got lucky, and Feaster just got blindsided, and that's what we talked about was that play action or that pump fake and try to go down the field, but that backside pressure, Feaster was wide open.
Yeah, the corner, blitz from the outside. Nobody on the backside to pick him up. And
nope, you call that the blind side. Feaster was turning and facing that right, and the Trojans, and from 2nd and 5 to a turnover right there. It would have been a turnover on downs, however you want to call it, but that was officially marked a fumble, and that will have Carencro with the ball from their 30-yard line, moving with 2:04 to go left to right, 20-7, the lead for Carencro in this one, and that was all in the first quarter.
Yeah, it'd been nice to held the ball a little bit more on that drive.
Snap is back. Babineau quickly gets it out of there. That is complete to one of his favorite weapons. That's number 12 in Antoine Alexander. Or was that 13? 27-12. Buckeye now leads this one, and so Coach Ben and that group off and running at block.
Yeah, Hall on the coverage there forced him out of bounds, but 4-yard gain. Pitch and catch.
Clock stopped as he stepped out of bounds. 1:59 to go until halftime. And this is the one you have to keep Carencro out of the end zone because they do get it, and they could possibly put the game away if they do an end and a beginning.
Yeah.
Trying to get a stop in the backfield, but slipping him out of that one and still falling away. But that's going to fall down for a Carencro first down. The ball will stop just to get the chains set momentarily, and now it is cranked back up and going.
Yeah,
1:47. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mason there with a chance in the backfield, and he shakes loose and forward with the tackle.
Babineau in the backfield. He's got Baptiste. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Going left to right here. First down and 10. Rolls to the near side. Now looking back the other way. Got a man wide open again, and that's complete. And that's off to the 15, 10, 5 touchdown. And that's as big of a gut punch as you could give. Johnny Martin gets that one, and that was some 60-plus yards on that big-time play. And of all the things you could have happen, that's not one of them.
Yeah, he double moved there, and free safety's eyes are in the backfield, and and just happen to get free there.
Goodness gracious, and he runs from the far side of the field all the way across. It's such a slow developing play that you really have to have protection, but you got an athlete like Babineau that just put the ball on the money.
Yeah.
Stays out there at 26-7.
Well, and another thing, Doug, he's rolling to his right, throws left-handed, so, I mean, you think that he's probably not going to be as accurate there, but that was right on the money.
Let me tell you, I'm drinking the proverbial Kool-Aid there. This Chance Babineau is the deal.
Yeah, for
Brian
sure.
Kelly, get an offer down here.
Yeah.
I don't care if he can't drive yet.
That's right. Need to send old Frank Wilson over here, talk to him.
Back to pass is Babineau. He's looking. He's lobbing that one into the backfield or into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Minute 24. The only good thing is that score was pretty quick, and the Trojans will have an opportunity to answer before the half. But my goodness, getting kicked in the throat here in this first half as 7-0 Trojans took the lead, but it's 26 unanswered for the Bears of Carencro.
Yeah, Doug, sometimes athletes make plays.
And he did, and he's a ball player, and when they mark him down on there as an athlete, you know that he's going to be something special. And Coach, they might get to I don't see them getting tired. Look, he goes and gets the ball to kick. I think he might have caught the ball on that one too, and is coming around.
Yeah, hey, he did at least throw it to the referee, to the official right there today.
And you know he's right on the money to it too.
Yeah.
He didn't overthrow him or anything.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean,
Trojans have been so close to plays, and Carencro has executed. That's the difference in a 26-7 lead.
That's right. I mean, it'd be 21-14. I mean,
one thing you know is that you never give up on these Trojans, no matter what that early deficit is. They make adjustments as well as anyone at halftime. Jalen Johnson, JT Lindsay back at their 10-yard line, have their heels on the 10 as they go right to left away from that big scoreboard towards the school here at Carencro High School.
it'd be great to see a touchdown return here.
Watch Babineau with a little squib. He likes to do no. He puts that one back. Oh, that goes under the legs of JT. And it's going to find its way into the end zone, and that actually worked out well for the Trojans as that ball will come out, because if JT picked it up right there, it'd have been inside the 10, and you could have really had some trouble. I don't know that Carencro defense is going to get tired. They've been out. That offense has taken the heat off of them, even though a lot of the players are going both ways. You see Babineau coming to the near side, and he'll stay out on the field, favoring that left leg just a little bit, but the left arm seems to be just fine.
Yeah, and at 7, Cameron Shabiran is just, I mean, he's playing just as much, it seems like.
What a battle here on the far side of the near sideline is Jalen Johnson on Babineau, and Jalen's got him beat. Over the top to Jalen, wide open. He's got a slide, and he misses that one, and underthrown from Feaster. Cramps for Mingo as he'll hobble off the field.
I'll tell you, Doug, I think the back judge got in the way.
Do you?
I think so. I think he got in the way. I think he had to pause.
I mean, Jalen went right by Babineau and had him by 5 or 10 yards, and Babineau looks to the sideline and says, "Nah, I'm good," and he waves off somebody, and here comes to the near side Marquise Butler. First time that we've seen Butler in this game, and again, you got to see if you can run your guys past a tired and winded Babineau. Second down and 10, a minute 16 to go. Feaster calls for the ball. Handoff goes to Lindsay, but that interior line of Carencro is just Johnny on the spot. Cameron Cyprian in there again. And the Trojans not in a hurry to get to the line of scrimmage now.
Yeah, I think now you run clock. I could be wrong, but I think now you run clock and get this first down.
Yep. You're trying to get to the bell is all you're doing, the halftime bell, trying to get there. And already you're down by 19 in this one. Carencro does get the ball to start things off. 12 seconds, 11 and 10 now on the play clock, and I believe the Trojans will take it down as far as they can, 7 and 6, and then get a timeout.
Yeah.
We'll leave it right here as they do. Timeout.
They're not stopping the clock.
Yep. They called a timeout right before it went off, and Bachman was right by the side judge and says, okay, timeout. We're going to leave it right here, as that'll be just enough to say, hey, look, let's try to maybe do a little screen or a draw and try to bust something big. If not, we'll kick it out of there and try to live again another day. Buckeye up 33-12 in that game at Block. The Rebels 13, Winfield 6. So we're looking for the Rebels to get a victory there. Second quarter in both of those games as we are here. And both of our teams there are hanging in there and winning, and the Trojans are going to need a little bit of work on their side of it to get things going.
Boy, Carencro's had the answers ever since that first drive. We went right down the field. Of course, they answered, and then they pretty much have the best of us since.
Look, they call baseball a game of inches, but this certainly has been. Balls that have dropped right in the hands of Carencro have been just outside the outstretched hands of the Trojans. Saved one on this earlier one, but goodness. 3rd down and 10. Trojans have 2 receivers to the top. Watch for some sort of a screen or a draw right here, just trying to keep the clock going. Feaster looking over that middle screen in and out of the hands of Jalen Johnson. Had a first down, but it's dropped, and just zero continuity and chemistry in this offense right now as the punt team makes their way out onto the field, and you've got to get it away. Your number one goal is get that ball out of there.
Yes, sir. And they got number 4, Johnny Martin, going back for the return.
Who had that big touchdown earlier on the play, and so we know how fast he is and explosive. 21 seconds to go until halftime. Trojans trying to get their good snap. Kick is up and it's away, and that's the best one of the night.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Got to bounce to take a Trojan roll, and it does.
Don't touch it. Make them.
Right, make them stop it up. Clock still ran good. 10.7 to go, and ever since the little wide receiver screen pass, it's been all Carencro in this one. 26-7. They lead it 10 seconds before the half. Again, tape delayed because of the rules here on the campus of Carencro. Coach Corville does not allow live streaming from the grounds, and so that's one of the things that Chuck was telling us, that his guys around there telling us, nope, you can't do it here. And I get it. It's his place, and they were in the semifinals last year, and he can do what he wants to do.
That's right. That's right.
But you'll be able to watch it in its entirety on Saturday morning. If it is, grab you a cup of coffee and hang out with us here on this Saturday morning as you're watching it. Snap is back to Baptiste. He's looking over the top. There's no taking a knee in this thing. That ball is, they're calling it complete down the line to the 20 with 3 seconds to go. Baptiste threw it up, ran down there, and caught it himself. No, he's not done that yet. But 1st and 10 down with 3.3 to go. Did they mark him in bounds? If they did, that'll run the clock as soon as it's reset, but it doesn't look like he was out of bounds. So watch for something big. The Trojans have got to avoid that knockout punch right here. Yeah. This is the opportunity for them to stick around in this one.
Yeah, Dyson on that play, high pointed it. Braylon Clark had to cover.
So impressed with Dyson, who was a defensive back last year. Here comes the throw over the top. It's just that fade. And they're not going to, they're going to call the pass interference. So you're going to get an untimed down.
Yeah.
But you know what? I ain't mad at that.
No.
And that's what you do. You've had success throwing it to your receivers who have went up and over the smaller quarterbacks of the Trojans. Be one untimed down here as the clock does expire. But they're going to call holding against the defense. And again, they do give them one untimed down. So 0-0-0 on the clock, but the 26 for Carencro and the 7 for Alexandria tells the tale in this first half. We are slowly, methodically moving through this game. Don't think we're going to make it to Cafe Josephine before they close at 10 o'clock on a Friday night.
Nah, we'll be hitting Sonic or Wendy's. Something
right, absolutely.
Open late. Waffle House or something. But
got to be careful of this one, a defensive penalty, and the Trojans will take their last time out because, again, at this point, you really can't take it into the locker room with you. We're going to leave it right here. We'll stay through this one. And Coach started out about as good as it could. The Trojans in control and marched right down the field, and then, Let's see, tearing up his keys. We'll go back through those when we go through some of the highlights. Boy, somebody turned the fan on or something because that feels nice. Whatever they opened the door did something. Coach, you go back and look at this right here. The Trojans will be kicking to start the second half. Down by 19 right now. So you're 3 scores down in this one. You cannot give up anything here. Now, Carencro, you've not seen them with any sort of really of a kicking game in this one. They missed the one extra point that they had, and it's going into the wind. As you see the flags atop those big, tall uprights.
Yeah, south wind now. And it is, I tell you what, you win this play.
Right.
ASH Trojans win this play and get a little momentum going back. Win this play.
Batiste comes out onto the field. He's got Johnny Martin, who's been a big player in this one. He's got Cameron Cyprian off to the left side. 3 receivers to the near side. The one to watch for is Austin Dyson. He's a receiver. Watch that fade going over to Dyson. He's done as good job of going up and getting a ball as anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the legs of Babineau. Here comes motion. Play action there. Coming back. Good pressure from the Trojans, but Babineau equally as efficient getting out of there. Throws this one over the middle. Got to be knocked down.
Oh, wow.
And it's caught into the end zone. And you put every bit of that on Chance Babineau and the magic feet that he's able to get around. And worst fears realized. That one goes up in the air, and coming back and getting it was Kendrick Bernard. And
he did everything wrong there.
Everything.
I mean, he runs across. He throws it back across the field. The receiver's running away from him. He does everything wrong, and they still make
throws
a
it
play.
right over the middle.
Yeah,
and it could have been picked off and taken the other way. However, Bernard pulls it down. And I'm telling you, that's why it's the Crow Dome, because it's magic inside here. And this, whatever mythical building this is, they're doing it 32-7. Extra point is up, and it is no good, and that will bring this first half to an end. But it has been first half in a big way for these Carencro Bears. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll give you some highlights on here. But big shout-out to those folks that make things happen for us to be able to get here and do this. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Lock On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, The trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts.
We're back to halftime here in Carencro, Louisiana, and it has been all Golden Bears here in the first half, save for that opening drive of the Trojans. You saw the coin toss, and in true Carencro fashion tonight, they won that too. Won the toss, elected to defer. Trojans went right down the field, and you're like, all right, here we go. This is going to be one of those games. And 32 unanswered later, including that miraculous little throw from Babineau, but it was the scramble that did it, Coach. And we talked about Chance Babineau all week long, and I'm telling you, a kid that goes as a freshman for 1,000 yards receiving last year, and he's just been all-world, 300 total yards for Carencro in the first half. And why don't you take a look at some of the stats for the Trojans in the first half?
Yeah, J.T. Lindsey led with the running. Of course, he had 9 rushes for 14 yards. These are unofficial. He had 9 rushes for 14 yards. Mingo had 1 rush for 4 yards, and then Feaster had. I mean, I'm counting 2 sacks, but he had 4 rushes for -3 yards. So
so the Trojans have about 10 yards rushing based on if I did that in my head right.
So 19 -3, so 16 yards.
16 yards.
16 yards. Okay. Passing. He was 11 for Feaster's 11 for 21, 131 yards. Does have the one touchdown. And like I said, this is unofficial stats. And then on receiving, Johnson had 1 for -2. E.J. Washington had 2 for 31. Scott had 4 for 61, and Mingo had 4 for 51. And then we had 30 yards in penalties. Once again, unofficial. We'll go back and watch the film over the weekend and get these stats official. Like you said, Carencro 300 total yards. I'll try to get their stats, from their radio broadcast on the individual stats as well, so we can talk about those. But on defense, I mean, one positive, you have the fumble. You have the forced fumble by Nelson. You know, the recovery by Blackwell. A couple of pass deflections. You know, you had one sack by Walker. I'll tell you what, that's impressive.
Yep.
to sack 6 there, and then but we're led, and unfortunately, Doug, whenever you're led in tackles by one of your corners, you know, with 5, Raylan Hall, you know, that kind of says it all right there.
Makes for a tough, that makes things tough to say the least. 7:06 to go in here, and let's look back at your why not stop keys to the game, and let's see maybe if we can figure out the reason behind this 32-7 deficit here at halftime. What do you have?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, came out just fast. Just number one, start fast. You know, put them on their heels.
And they did that, 7-0.
Yep, 7-0, and then 32 unanswered. One thing we talked about establishing the run, and once again, we don't have to have the ball longer in the time. Time of possession does not always have to be in your favor, okay? But if it's quality possessions and you can mix the pass with the run, okay, then you could at least keep them off the field some. So we were trying to establish the run, and obviously we did not with, you know, 16
yards rushing.
Right. And then, I mean, the reason why number 3, I talked about the eye discipline on all 3 levels is, I mean, just the chance last year, number 7, who was our quarterback, not even knowing this chance, but just seeing, you know, a few, I think I got to watch maybe 15 minutes of his highlights. And, I mean, you never know when the play's over.
That's correct.
You never know when the play's over.
Well, and that happened on that first play from scrimmage on the little wide receiver screen to Dyson.
Yep.
And Dyson throws it down the field. And the young man that got it, we got our first look at Kashmir Batiste on that play. And all he does is roll and spin and twist around. Yeah, Dyson's the one that threw it there. He rolled and spun and did all that and rolled over the Trojan defender, never touched the ground, and got up. Next thing you know, it's about a 70-yard pass and catch.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if that's Babineau throwing that to him, if that's not Dyson making that throw, it's probably on the money because he had to stop.
Right.
He had to stop to catch the ball, and then from the first play that they had to the very last play they had on the attack. I mean, on the offense. I mean, he rolls out like we talked about, does everything that you're not supposed to, but when you're athletic and the defense you're playing against is tired, you know, they're kind of some Johnny Manziel type stuff. You know.
And we'll break all of that down in our first edition of the show, Coach Speak. That is coming up Sunday night, scheduled for 6 o'clock. Probably going to creep it out a little bit earlier to get ready for that other game that kicks off at 6:30. So we'll probably move that time up to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is when we'll do that, and that'll get us out of there and back home to watch those Tigers travel over to Orlando to take on the Noles and try to come back from that 1-point game. That was a game that the Tigers were getting blown out of and made that miraculous comeback in it. We'll see if the Trojans have that type of a miraculous comeback in it. We know that they will be prepared to come out in this second half. They will continue to go fast. They have to now. They're down by 4 scores. I'm predicting 35-32 when we get out of here tonight. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see about that when we come back. You're watching ASH Trojan football. It's halftime on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates.
And we are back. Carencro, Louisiana. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. I think Nick went to go and find those seafood boudin balls that are down there in the hospitality room. Great reception, at least up here. But, I mean, if you're going to treat us like they are on the field, at least they can do is provide some good food. And we expected nothing less than the good hospitality up here in the booth. This Carencro team is fired up. They come out looking well rested again. They put up 32 unanswered against your Trojans. Won the opening toss, elected to defer. Ash went down and scored. Those of you just joining us, remember this game will be shown in its entirety in the morning. We'll have that tape delayed version of it as Carencro's Coach Corville says, you know, if the folks aren't going to come out to my games, I'm not going to stream them for you. You're not going to get to watch them live. And I can't say that I'm mad at that decision. I don't like it that we're unable to bring you the action on here, but you know, that's rules, and we all have them, and we all live by them. 1:06 to go until they wrap things up in this first half. Looking ahead next week, we got the Coach Bachman show on Thursday night. Don't forget, if you like football, hit on over to our YouTube page and hit that subscribe. We went over 1,000 subscribers for the season. Hit the notification bell. That lets you know when we are going live, and we do that 10 times a week. 10 times a week we go live, and we are very grateful that you are here. Coach?
Yeah, I got some stats here from Carencro. Kind of surprising, actually. Chance Babineau had 3 rushes for actually -2 yards. But he was 9 for 13 for 233 yards passing. And then Austin Dyson was 1 for 1 for 70 yards. And then on the receiving, Kashmir Baptiste is 2 for 131. Dyson is 4 for 85. And Kendrick Bernard is 3 for 45. So
Kendrick caught that pass at the end for the touchdown, too, number 13.
Yep. Yeah, and then then they have pretty much similar to us. They have JT, and then Feaster has JT. They're saying JT has 52 yards, so I must have something wrong on mine here. I have to look back, unless they don't count. I don't know if they count but we'll look at that. And then Baptiste, on the Kashmir Baptiste is 8 for 37 on rushing. Joni Martin 1 for 10. Landon Norris 1 for 2. And then total yards, they have 350 total yards.
To how many?
To 149. They've run 28 plays. We've run 39 plays. We have 12 first downs. They have 13. They're saying the rushing total is 19 rushes for 33 yards, and then they're saying 14 for 47. So we've actually held their running game to 47 yards.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
There you go. Well, the only chance tonight has been Chance Babineau.
Yeah.
He has been electric, to say the least. It's been a lot of fun watching him. The Trojans, will make adjustments. They'll go fast. They'll get there just a few inches away. And that Coach Mercer is going to draw some things up defensively for this Trojan defense. Bachman and that offensive group will be ready to go offensively. My goodness, though, what an electric first half. 32 unanswered. Coach, it was a minute or so left in the first half, and we're saying, okay, it was 20-7. Don't go down and get that play. The Trojans caused the fumble. March down. Big play, 26. Then another miraculous play right at the end, 32-7. They score a couple of touchdowns after getting 20 in the first quarter. They put together a couple right there within the last minute of the game, of the first half, and just about as disastrous of the end to a half as you will find. Mesh teeing things up, getting ready to go, and waiting for the Bears to make their way back out onto the field. 32-7 again. Tape delayed in this one. If you're watching this one back, So far in the first half, it's not been that battle, but stick around in this one because you'll get to see how the Trojans came back and won this game when the video hits tomorrow. Coach, quit laughing.
No, I like it. I like it.
Right? There's the kick, and it goes deep, and that could be back to the 1 yard line. So Mesh with a good kick, but coming to the near side. Spinning around and going down there is Johnny Martin.
Marion Ford on the tackle there.
First time that we've called Ford's name tonight, and looks to be about the, well, no, they'll move it out to the 20. Let's see where they'll put him, at the 21-yard line maybe, and that'll be the worst starting field position on the night. To the 20-yard line. We'll see what that Trojan defenses do. They've got to come out, and they've got to get a 3-and-out or a big turnover right here. They do have the one turnover in tonight's contest.
Once again, excellent kickoff by Chan there. Give us a chance to cover it.
Babineau has Batiste in the backfield with him. Babineau calls for the ball. Snap throw over to the far side, and it's complete. And out there making a big play. Good job going in there and getting it. That is Landon Norris on the receiving end of that one.
Yeah, Jade Lewis and Jalen Kirk on the tackles there.
Come up just a quick 5-yard completion. Now to the near side comes Austin Dyson. He's being covered up by Carrot Gaines, and that's a battle that you'll want to watch because Austin Dyson can flat go up and get the ball.
Yeah, he's been tough.
2nd down and 5 out from the 25-yard line as Carencro moves left to right. They're headed to the beautiful neighborhood that is off to the right. Back under center goes Babineau. Going to be a handoff to the near side, and crashing up out of the backfield doing big work is Jason Blackwell, who was in the backfield as quick as the football was from that safety blitz.
Boy, 3rd and 5 here. Let's get them off. Win this series, get some momentum.
Yep, you made reference to winning that last untimed down. Yeah. Trojans didn't do it. Need to get 3-and-out. That's the way to get things going, is to turn it around right here. Still disappointed in the crowd support from Carencro here. Not a lot of Carencro Golden Bear fans here. Coming to the near side is Babineau. He's going to have the edge, and he's going to have the 1st down, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And we'll hop over the bench where they look at the plays. And that's just Babineau, and that'll get him into positive rushing territory that he hadn't been in before tonight.
Yeah, Kendrick Gaines on the there. We didn't hold contain. We didn't hold contain on the outside. He ends up getting to the boundary. And I tell you, it's remarkable how they make those runs on the short side of the field.
Out to the 45 they go, 1st and 10. Big shout out to Michelle and the gang at Polo and Plaids in Alexandria. They supplied the neat gear for us this year. We'll tell you a little bit more about that right after this play. Bringing in motion is Bernard. It's going to be that inside wide receiver handoff. Bernard's got to cut it back up the middle, but coming up and making a big stop. Normally that's Blackwell. That's Ford that came up, so good to see Omarion Ford come up and make that one. But Polos and Plaids, they're over there to the left side of Max as you're going over there. Craig's Cleaners is right there in that little shopping area. Papa John's is close to that area, and Pizza Hut right off of Jackson Street. If you're looking for any school uniforms at all, go by there and see if you want one of these cool, lightweight fishing-style shirts with your team name on it and logo on there, go by there and check it out. Polos and Plaids, the official uniform partner of 446 Sports. 2nd down and 9 from the Golden Bear 47-yard line. 9:40 and counting, and they are milking that clock. Trojans just have to get them off the field. That's holds on to that one and throws it out to the flat, and that is complete to Bernard again. I don't know that Babineau meant to throw it like he did, but nothing ceases to amaze me about that young man.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's going to tuck it and run, follow the pulling guard around and just flicks it out to the wing back there, and 1st down.
Pineville extends their lead 20-6 over the visiting Tigers of Winfield's coach Bryant Bell. And that Rebel offense and defense looking to get into the win column to start the season. 1st down and 10 from the Trojan 39. Snap throw once again. It is complete. And it just really seems like Carencro now is doing, as that was Cyprian, doing what the Trojans tried to do with those quick little passes. And not a bit of pep in the step from that Trojan defense, Coach, at all.
Yeah, I mean, you put him on the island there, and he's just quick. He's big, he's fast, takes 3 people to get him down. Blackwell came and finished him off there, but 2nd and 1. here.
Looks just like Chance Babineau's getting warmed up in this one. 9-yard pickup down to the Trojan 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1, 8.5 to go here in the third quarter, 32-7. Carencro leads this one. Hand off to the left side, and just tripped up as Kashmir Batiste was going to be off to the races. And you hear the opposing radio folks that we're ready for the touchdown call on that one, but it is a first down.
Yeah, Jason Blackwell, shoestring tackle there. I tell you, that little scat back Baptiste, he almost broke it. Looked like Sharon Carey used to run for LSU, rule number 2.
Buckeye rolling up block 39-12 in that one. It's in the third quarter. That fast-paced Buckeye Panther offense is rolling under head coach Ben McLaughlin.
Yeah, they bounced back from the Jamboree last week and doing well.
Indeed, first down and 10 from the 26-yard line of Alexandria. 32-7, 7:40 remaining here. Been a good 5-minute drive for Carencro. And now trying to go over the top for all of it. In and out of the hands, and great work defensively. Have to see on the far side who that is. It looks like
Rylan
Hall.
Yeah, Rylan Hall played that perfectly. Turned his head the last minute.
Well, he looked at the eyes and the hands, and that's what wasn't done in the first half.
Right, that's it.
2nd down and 10, and you go back to the very first part of this drive, about a minute into it. Trojans had an opportunity on 3rd down to get off the field, but the legs of Chance Babineau got them out of it, and now they're deep into Trojan territory at the 26-yard line. Have chewed up another 3 or 4 minutes. 7:28 remaining here in the third. Big lead for Carencro. A little swing into the backfield, and it's complete. Blackwell's got to come up and make a tackle, and does. And they will mark him down at the 22-yard line. So Blackwell flying to the ball from his safety spot. But again, you talked about your corners leading in tackles. You don't want your secondary leading in tackles at all. Your line and your linebackers need to do that.
Yeah, your free safety. I mean, now he now has 7 tackles. But I'll tell you what, he's who you're going to look at in the film and talk about how he didn't quit.
That's right.
Stop.
Flies to the ball. 3rd down and 6. 6:54 to go. Babineau under center. Handoff goes to the fullback. He cuts to the outside and is an Aiden Walker tackle away from getting there. But here come the rest of the Trojans, and another Carencro Golden Bear first down to the 10-yard line. So depending on where they mark it, maybe 1st and goal. And Carencro methodically, like one of those MMA fighters, just choking you out. They landed a lot of body blows to the leg and to the torso early, and now they're just laying on you and choking you.
Yeah, Blackwell, I was afraid that was going to be a horse collar, but he actually just had the jersey to slow him down, and then White and Ray came in to finish him off.
Ball is marked on the 10-yard line, so the yard markers lay down. The chains do. Just the down marker stands up. It's 1st and goal from the 10. Babineau back to pass. He's rolling to his left. Now looking deep. Going to look for a wide open receiver, just wide open. And I have seen too much of the busted coverages and wide open receivers, and that's Kashmir Batiste. And how do you let him go, Coach? How do you let him go into the end zone, stand there?
Well, everything goes to the left. I mean, he's even rolling that way. And to be honest with you, 4 was wide open, at first when he made the break. And I was wondering why he didn't throw it to him. It was because the play was designed to come backside to put Baptiste. But
38-7, and they trot Blanchard out there one more time, and just doing whatever they want to do on this Carencro offensive side. Took off 5 minutes, 56 seconds, and they quickly rushed number 55, Dejon Williams, back out on the field to give them 11. Snap is down. Hold, kick is up, and that extra point is good. 39-7, and what an ovation for the extra point that was made. We're going to take our first break. First break of the third quarter. My goodness, comes after a big drive from Carencro. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
And we're back to Carencro. Doug in alongside of Nick Magnano. And 5:56 on that drive. And said that Carencro started with their worst field position of the night. But all they do is go 80 yards in roughly, let's say, 6 minutes. And it was the legs of Chance Baptiste that got him out of it in the first quarter there, or in that first third down, that the Trojans, you thought with 11 minutes to go in this third quarter, said, all right, we're going to stop right here. Here we come, we'll go down and score. Instead, it's 39 unanswered for Carencro.
Yeah, it really was, hoping that with that starting at the 20.
Baptiste squibs this one down the middle. Trojans are going to have to fall on it. You got to pick it up, and it is picked up there. And often running out to the 41-yard line is Jimmy Duncan. Duncan picks that one up, and we'll see what the Trojans are able to do. Now is a point where you got to start working on what you're going to put on film against for a St. Thomas More team to see, as the Trojans will travel back down 49 to the Lafayette area next Friday night to take on the Cougars of St. Thomas More.
Then you might be in a situation here where you're like, hey, let's win the second half. We'll get a victory like that. Outscore them this half, but got to get some positive plays here going forward.
So I said 42-39 is what I'm expecting the final to be in this one. Trojans going to battle back. My goodness, I'm ever the optimist, but it is waning a little bit in this game because of the effort. We talked about, could Carencro get, the first drive, one drive, and we're at the 6-minute hydration timeout. Wow is all I can say about that. We talked about, would Carencro get worn down? They've got players playing both ways. Could the Trojans' fast-paced offense handle that? All we've seen is the thing go the other way, and the Trojans are walking around hands on hips.
Yeah, and when you're getting pushed around, when you are the one pushing the people, the other team around, that just gives you that moment, that gives you that strength, that gives you that stamina. And I tell you, they have slowed this game down to a crawl, and everything was positive going forward. That was 80 yards, like you're talking about, 6 minutes, but just under 6 minutes. And I tell you what, if you want to, preserve your guys for 4 quarters, that's the way you do it.
Well, it's going to be an interesting Thomas Bachman show Thursday night. There was so much fire and enthusiasm into this thing, and still is. This one game does not a season make, but this is as tough a start as you'll find. Mingo goes in motion, first drive, handoff goes to Lindsey. He's trying to get to the outside, now cuts back. He'll get to the 46-yard line, give him a pickup of 6, make it 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, good run there, good start. Hey, getting the positive yards here.
Bachman's philosophy in this group over here, they're going to continue to go fast. You either come back and win, or you don't. You give up some touchdowns the other way, but they are not going to lay down. They're not going to run the ball in this. They're going to play their offense, and they believe in their mind there is a route back to 42 points in this game.
Sure. Incomplete pass there to Scott. Might be a little fatigue. That was on point the whole first half. Threw that one a little behind. Didn't set his feet. Feaster didn't set his feet there.
Washington to the near side as Feaster looks over to the sideline, switches Townsend from the right to the left. He does the same with Lindsey. Mingo in the slot to the near side. No press coverage on the guys anymore. Lindsey goes out into motion. Now it's an empty backfield, and there's that inside screen. Lindsey's going to have to get that's not Lindsey, and he's off and going.
That's Scott.
30, E.J. Scott, 20-10, touchdown Trojans, touchdown E.J. Scott.
54-yard touchdown there from Feaster to Scott.
Goodness gracious. First possession of the game, they go down and get a touchdown. 39 points later, they go down and get their next one. 39-13, Trojans will come on. And I told you, Coach, there's a way back to 42 in this one.
Yes, there is. What did I just say? Say something about fatigue?
Fatigue, you did.
They went right to the same play, put it on, and it was lights out. He was gone.
Feaster now sets back in there, looking to go for 2 here. Feaster now scrambles, throws that one out and almost not intercepted, but knocked away. Tremendous job defensively, and that puts the Trojans down 26 in this one. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll see what the Trojans can do defensively. We'll do it all while you're watching 446 Sports, ASH Trojan Football. We'll be right back.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And we're back here. Trojans strike quickly. You've got a Carencro Bear that is down on the turf over there. It is Chance Babineau that is down. He was the one that went over there and knocked that one away. And you certainly hope for the best for that young man, without a doubt. He has been everywhere and in on every single play. He's kicked. He's punted. I don't know. Have they punted?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he punted. He's knocked that pass away defensively. He was out on coverage all night. And, oh, by the way, he's thrown for 200-plus yards and now ran for positive yardage. So, Chance Babineau. And you don't want anybody there, but your sophomore sensation, you want to see him get up. Yeah. And they do. He's up and about. And so a big sigh of relief.
I think, to be honest with you, I might be wrong. I don't know if they've punted tonight. I know he was warming up punting, but I don't know if they've actually punted one. But
such a good sight to see him jogging off the field and not walking around. And you expect that following this kickoff, he'll try to get right back out there. If not, we'll see who is out. 26. Checking what we've got here. Bodie Van Dyke set to kick. Bodie Van Dyke is the young man they bring out there, and we've seen him work a lot on onside kicks. So expect him. And the Trojans, when they do it, like to kick it right down the middle. And the kicker a lot of times will do it. Those middle guys will come and just pound away at that interior line. And there it is. There's that onside kick that rolls around. Trojans have a chance for it. It's going to roll around. The PA announcer's calling and doing his best. So the Trojans say they got it. And Van Dyke says absolutely they do. And and the official's calling it for Carencro right there. And Van Dyke. And everybody's going, what's going on? You've got people going both ways with the hand signals. The only one that's going to matter is those in the stripes. And they'll re-unpile the Trojans, say, now we've got it. I saw this movie once.
Who's the white hat just pointed. We've got the ball.
Trojans get up out of the pile with the football, but it's Carencro football in this one.
Blackwell has the ball.
And so, not sure about that one necessarily, but the main thing is Babineau coming back out there. I have not seen if he's made his way back out, but the Van Dyke was like, well, wait a minute, we had the ball, and that's the whole method of an onside kick. That's what happens when you get the ball back. You're supposed to have it, and we'll see on the replay when we look at it in the morning. Go back and watch the video on there. We thought Blackwell came out of it, but he does not. Carencro has the football, 5:19 to go. They strangled all 5:56 the last time they had it. Trojans scored in 45 seconds.
Looks like maybe
that's 11 at quarterback, and the Trojans with a little extra pep in their step, and that is Wilson Landry Jr., another sophomore quarterback. And 2 yards on the pickup. We'll see. The Trojans, boy, they dug themselves in such a hole, giving up 3 scores in a row. Well, 39 in a row, but 3 scores after it was 20-7. And I don't know that the Trojans got to keep fighting here, down to 4:46 in the third.
Yeah, they're gonna bring this down to almost 0 on the play clock, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. And looking at one, because there's one down there as they look. Handoff goes to the up the middle. That is Norris, Landon Norris, that carries that. And again, a crucial third down play that looks like getting set to check in is number 44, Kelvin Elair.
It looks like Nelson tripped him up when he came through there. Big 3rd and 3 here, big 3rd and 4 here.
Trojans have got to find some way. Send Blackwell on that blitz. That's been pretty productive for them, 19 and 18. But it'll be under 4 minutes before Carencro snaps the football.
Yeah, let's see if Landry has the composure that Babineau does.
To the near side, and that's not going to get there. It'll be 4th down. And remember, Babineau's your punter, too.
Yeah. Kirk and Blackwell on the tackle there.
And keep that offense out there. I certainly believe you do. You may try a hard count or something, but actually lost a yard on that one. 3:39 and counting. 4th down and 2 for Carencro from the Trojan 47-yard line. And this is as crucial of an opportunity as there had been. Make sure don't get a helmet into the zone. That ball is, and stop short of it.
Got him.
They're going to mark him at the 49, and that's not going to get it. Trojans will have the football. Thought they had it on the onside kick, but they'll have it out near midfield with another opportunity, and you got to score quick and score big.
There we go again. That was Kirk and Blackwell again. I mean, they are just all over the second half.
Not sure what they're talking about here. No need for a measurement. It is clearly shy of the 45, and that was the line to gain. So the Trojans will hop out. Beautiful moon that has made its way up over the visiting bleachers tonight. You'll be able to see that in the morning when this game is aired. Just beautiful. That sits up over just to the left of where the band section is across the stadium from us.
Nothing like switching the stat sheet back to Trojans offense here. Here we go, boys.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans. Can they go fast here? Townsend goes in motion. He's sprinting out there. Here comes Feaster. He's got time. Going over the top, just overshoots his man, and got to put a little bit of air under that, because I'm telling you what, if they land that big shot, that rocks Carencro here, and you start things going. But they didn't. It just, you got to keep taking those shots.
Yeah, I wonder if Jalen might have been able to leave his feet on that one. But
quickly, the Trojans back to work, and the defensive back just getting there. Mingo catches that one. Got to make a man miss again. Gets a couple of guys on him. Pickup of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2. And the Trojans just shoot to the line of scrimmage here, trying to keep an eye on where Babineau is. Looks to the sideline. He's up joking around, but does not have his helmet. Usually when they take your helmet, you're not coming back in the game.
Yeah.
Feaster looks to the sideline, 2:48 and counting. You do see 39-13 on the scoreboard, but the Trojans can come back as good as anybody can. They trail this one by 26. Snap is back to Feaster. He pitches it back. Gets a good running start. And the 1st down out to the 40. And I mean, had a shot at it, but just brought down at the 41. Tackle away from getting to the house. Quickly the Trojans go.
7-yard gain there for JT.
Feaster picks up the low snap. Toss is over. Is that old 40 sweep for you? Is that what that was? No.
Yeah, pretty much. We always had a fullback, but yeah, Townsend's playing. So
you got to count that. 2:10 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Trojans off and march and give him 4, 2nd down and 6. Handoff once again goes to Lindsey, banging around, looking for contact, and gets it all the way down to the 25-yard line. Clock will stop momentarily to move the sticks.
Tell you what, Doug, he might not have been happy with with what I said his rushing totals were in the first half, because he has come out on a mission.
Feaster, handoff, and that interior line that we talked about, Trojan offensive line starting to get a little bit of the better of it on this one.
Talon Johnson on that one for 3 yards, maybe 4.
You don't have time for big sustained drive. That's why dadgummit that one from Jalen. You're just a few plays away from this game being closer, but it's not. Johnson in there at running back still. Tylen Johnson, the senior running back for the Trojans. He is the thunder to that thunder and lightning. 1:23 and counting, 16 on the play clock, 1:20 on the game clock here in the 3rd. Play action, Feaster back to pass. He's got a scramble. Tucks the ball down. Now he's trying to throw off his back foot. Got a man jumping under it and making just a tremendous play defensively.
I think it's hold. In the back, in the defensive backfield, I think it's a hold.
Look like they're perhaps a defensive holding. We'll have to see the white hat and check that out. It'll be a big break for the Trojans there. That may have been what kept the play from happening.
Yeah, hold on. A.J. Scott was held whenever he came across the back there. Be a big 1st down.
Oh, Eagle Eye Nikki Magnano there doing great work spotting that. In fact, it was 2nd down and 8.
Well, it should be a first down, huh?
No, they'll mark it now. There it is. He gave us 10 yards, and it's 1st and 10. Inside the 15 down to about the 11. Is it marked on the 10? We'll have to see. No, it's out to the 11. Trojans can get a first down without benefit of the touchdown, but you want to get it. 1:05 to go, 3rd quarter. Trojans trail big in this one, 39-13, but on the heels of getting their 2nd consecutive touchdown. Feaster, hand off to Lindsey. Lindsey finds nowhere to go, and he finds it fast. Trojans need to get back up to the line of scrimmage quickly, and they do.
Tell you what, 7 there. That was Cameron Sprion. He beat Pearl through that gap there at Lindsey in the backfield.
Chance Babineau has his helmet again. He's with that offensive unit. He will be back on the field, we expect. Yeah, he's walking around pretty solidly and looking to get back in there defensively even. Feaster back to pass, going into the far corner of it. Oh, one-handed catch, and we're looking and calling it touchdown. Hey. My goodness, into the corner. That could be your Southern Air cool play of the game. We'll watch the instant replay. Follow it along on your screen there, and we'll do the same. BU Designs bringing you that instant replay. See if we have it. If it's kind of slow on the back and just going there and going up and making a one-handed grab at it. Goodness gracious. We'll chop that up because there's an opportunity for that to be our Southern Air cool play of the game, and not sure who was on the receiving end of that one. Was it Amirion Mingo goes up and gets that one one-handed, and how about that one?
Isn't that why y'all call him Mama?
That's right, because every ball that's out there, he says, that's mine.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's a great
that
move.
Wide open and overshoots him, and now the Trojans will still be down by 3 scores. But, guys, hang on, don't go anywhere. This is going to be an exciting last.
False start.
Yeah, they'll call the PAT still no good from that. They'll decline that.
Well, can you on the false start? That's not
procedure on there. Yeah, they didn't blow the whistle beforehand, so it is declined. Going to take a break. We'll be right back. An exciting finish is underway on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Getting ready, setting up another onside kick, perhaps. The Trojans, thought they had that one, but ended up getting the 3 and out or thereabouts. And Babineau was out, back deep to receive Kashmir Batiste, and why not? You got 10 guys. Now, this is one of those that you don't mind throwing up that little pooch over that second line of defenders. You got 10 guys within 20 yards of the football. They're all waiting on the onside kick. You got to believe that Bodie is going to put a leg into this and get it over that front group, and then anything can happen.
Babineau's back on the field here, second line.
I don't know why you got him in there on kickoffs.
Here. I agree. But that's why I'm in the booth.
Right. Van Dyke sets it up. He goes the other way with it. That's touched around, banged around. Trojans are going to have another opportunity for it. The Trojans have it. Looks like the Trojans. That was bounced around and falling on it. But again, at this point, who knows? And the Trojans, you can let the sideline tell you what happened on that one.
No, he's Oh, okay. Yeah, he got it. Okay. He first pointed to the left.
He got spun around.
Yeah, he did.
Down there, and goodness, coming out of the pile with some activity there was number 17 for the Trojans, Cortez Simon.
Yeah, that line judge, he pointed with his left hand to start out. and then 7, Cameron is saying, look, you pointed our way.
The Trojans can go over the top right here and get something big. All of a sudden, we got a ball game. Got to finish this drive off and get this thing within 2 scores. It hasn't been within 2 scores in a long time.
No, it hasn't.
20-point deficit for the Trojans. They've scored on a couple of them here consecutively. Have an opportunity to go out and do something here. Jalen Johnson to the near side. He's joined out there by number 12, Marquise Butler. 3 men to the near side, nobody to the top. Feaster. Now that defense for Carencro back. Feaster looking to go over the top. He's got Jalen wide open. Jalen's got it. Oh, and he drops it. Oh, nobody there. Oh, my goodness. There was nobody around on that one. And I think Feaster might have thrown it just a tad too late. You got to catch him going there. But Jalen Johnson has been able to run by. Oh, that's the one that you needed. Jalen was wide open and in and out of the hands down around the 15-yard line.
Hey, come on, big guy. Get that helmet back on. We're going to need you.
That's right. Need you. Washington and Mingo now to the near side. You're just like Tecmo Bowl. You're running 4 verticals. Back deep to receive, or back to go. Feaster going over the top again. Now he's wide open and got a man, and that's in and out of the hands. And oh, my goodness. Darius Washington had it off the fingertips and went away.
Chase Babineau down again with, I'm assuming it's cramps again. Assuming that's him on the coverage. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't him. No,
not Babineau. And Coach Corville just beside himself and wondering how we don't have a guy. My goodness, they got an official's timeout on the floor. And so, Coach, you recognize the old Tecmo Bowls. You just drop your guy back as far as you could go and throw it over the top. And your man's going to come down with it.
Well, I tell you, being an old Cowboys fan, that's the only time I would be the Houston Oilers because
you could run it with Warren Moon. You absolutely could. Oh, my goodness. Cramps are starting to hit. Looks like, we'll check and see. We wait. 25 is who it looks like, and that's Jeremy Lawrence down cramp. And it's good to see the trainers out there, and he's just pushing those feet forward, and that you know that those calves are cramping up. And if you up in age like us, you realize you get one of those things, it'll wake you up out of a dead sleep quickly.
Yeah, don't even realize you're stretching in your sleep, and then all of a sudden you wake up. Great thing is it is just cramps. I mean, I know just cramps is tough, but it's not, anything structural.
Coach, you had 2 shots, wide open receivers, both of them off the fingertips. The one from Jalen bobbled around. He dropped it when he hit the ground. That one from Darius was unable to pull that one down.
Yeah, and I mean, both of them, the passes were on target, but they were, it was difficult catches, and, you have to slow down on the first one.
3rd down and 10 now for Feaster. He brings Townsend in motion. Here comes that pressure. They set up the middle screen. Lindsey's boggling around, but they're going to call, I don't know if we've got a hold or a roughing back there. But we'll have to see. There's a penalty flag that came in. It's going to be holding against the Trojans. That's going to be declined, I've got to believe. And that'll make it 4th down and 10. But that brings the 3rd quarter to an end. 3rd quarter is to an end. That will make it 39-19. The Trojans trail by 3 scores. We'll sort this out real quick, though. I don't think there's no way they take this penalty and give the Trojans another 3rd down attempt as much as they've ran by their receivers. Why do you not bring up 4th down
I guess he's thinking he's going to go for it. I guess he's thinking we're going to go for it. So if that's the case,
make it go back further. I get it, and put the pressure on. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter play. It is going to be an exciting 4th quarter, but we'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your
back to live action we go. Like they're going to. They do push them back. It'll make it 3rd down again. Jalen Johnson, now keep this matchup. He's all the way to the near side. Mingo in the slot. But that defense is going to just pin their ears and come back after Feaster. You got to believe and not let them get on.
It all started with a sketch on
coming this way, and here comes the blitz off the opposite side. It's picked up well. Feaster steps up. He's going over the top. Double coverage now, and that pass not even remotely where it needed to be. That'll bring up 4th down, and you're playing this thing to win it. You got to stay out there, and That punt team will come out again. I'm not second guessing by any. Now that one was untimed, so we'll go around to the fourth quarter now. Take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the fourth quarter here from Carencro on 446 Sports. And we are back here at the Crow Dome, home of the Golden Bears. 12 minutes to go, and if anything was exciting, if these last 12 minutes were as exciting as those last 5. And remember, Carencro ground out the first 5:56 of it on that big drive that got them from 32 to 39.
Yeah. Then you hold them to a 3 and out, and then you get the onside kick. So
Trojans on to punt this one. They scored, got the onside kick, and did nothing with it here. Johnny Martin back deep to receive. Remember, Ty Feaster is in there at quarterback, but I don't expect that the Trojans would do any sort of a fake down here. Fourth down and 22. Snap is back, kick is away from Feaster, and it's high and it's wobbly and not much distance. Got to bounce, and it does, and the Trojans will let it continue to bounce, but not quite enough for the first down even, and it falls at the 46-yard line, and that's where the Bears will go, and you just can ill afford to let them roll off a 2 or 3 minute drive or anything. You've got to get them 3 and out. Good to see Chance Babineau back in the game for this Carencro Bears team.
yeah, health-wise, not competitive-wise.
Correct, but health-wise, indeed. Veer is coming. You got to believe that. I don't believe that they'll throw the ball to try to stop the clock or anything here. 35-20. Carencro won it last year. They lead this one 39-19. Trojans' brutal start to a season. It's a gauntlet of non-district games that they'll face. Back to the shotgun. Handoff goes right up the middle and grinding out 4 yards, maybe 5, is number 2, and that's Kashmir Batiste. And I got to believe that you'll see a lot of that young man on this drive as they try to milk off as much as they can off the clock and not give the Trojans an opportunity.
Yeah, Ford with the tackle there. Unfortunately, it took about 3 yards to get him down. Got Elijah Nelson coming up a little lame with his right knee, so hopefully he can work through that.
Babineau continues to look at the play clock. He'll get up there with 13 now and 12. Handoff goes to Batiste again, but he's met as soon as he gets the ball and gets across the line of scrimmage and is dropped down.
Yeah, it looks like Nelson's knee's okay after
right.
seeing that one there. But
again, 3rd down. The Trojans have got to do what they can to get Carencro off the field right here. If you're Carencro, you wind off 30 seconds. You snap it with about 10-15 to go. And you can ill afford another fresh set of downs because that'll run a minimum of another couple of minutes. So you got the chance to get it with 10 minutes to go or about 7.5 minutes to go if you can get the next stop.
Yeah.
Babineau back in the shotgun. He's got Batiste flanked to his right. Gets that line down. Play action quick and blown up in the backfield. It's complete, but big time work out there, and that is number 16.
Jaden Lewis.
Jaden Lewis coming up. We called his name so many times in that jamboree last week. Jaden Lewis, the junior defensive back, read it like he was in practice with the Bears this week.
Excellent tackle. Loss of 2 there. I guess they gave him forward motion there. But, hey, 10 minutes left. We'll probably, 9:40 whenever the punt goes off. Let's clean it. Let's catch it cleanly.
And again, Batiste is there to punt, so always keep an eye on Chance Babineau. Down to 6 and 5.
Yeah, they're missing one. I thought
they're running somebody on late 3 and 2 and not knowing where to go. It's going to be a false start with him because he was moving.
Back him up 5.
The only problem with that is that ran off a lot of time.
But it won't start back, will it? It'll be okay. That's what I thought it'll be.
Yeah, because then I'd just take them and
Yeah.
take them and take them.
We'll tell you, it looks like Carencro's starting to labor some. I mean, I know it's late, but I mean it's, this is where the mental errors start to happen.
Rocky got beat up a lot by Apollo Creed until he came down and tied it up there right at the end of the fight. So we'll see what if this Trojan defense is ready for this Herculean effort that they're going to have to pull off. They need 3 scores in the final 9 and 35 and get it away from this ball control offense. They did it there with 3 and out. We'll see what the Trojans have. Ooh. High snap. Trojans back, unable to get to it. And fair catch is called for and made, complete down to the 20.
Yeah, Darius Washington there.
And look, Babineau not really running off. He's kind of lightly jogging. He's going to spend some time in the conditioning room in the whirlpool.
Yes, for sure. It'll be a ice bath for sure. So, but I tell you, 7, Cameron Chapion, and number 9, Austin Dyson. I mean, those guys, they have been on the field a lot.
Yep.
Number 4, Joni Martin. I mean, so maybe this last 9:26, take advantage of some of those shots. But also, got to look at it going across the middle, too, not just all the way.
You've got to get these big passes hitting. Man in motion comes around. Feaster rolling this way. The back throw
here we
the other way.
go.
Lindsey's wide open.
Here we go.
And he's going to go to the house. There is nobody. Oh, there's a good motion, but that's going to take JT to the 20, 10, 5. No flags. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, JT Lindsey. Give him 80 yards on that one. And my goodness, how electric was that?
That was fun to watch.
That's a play out of the playbook of Carencro as they rolled Feaster to the near side, leaked out just a lineman and JT Lindsey to the far side, and the angle was not the correct one that was taken. Good effort by Brian Angel, but he was unable to get JT Lindsey, who houses at 39-25. You go for the Trojans. Look like they're lining up.
Yeah.
They've got is that mesh
That's
out there
mesh,
to kick
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
So Trojans trail now.
We got a Carencro.
Trojans trail by 14 now in this one, trailed by 32 at one point. Trying to get this thing within 14.
Brian Angel Jr. Senior coming off the field.
He's the one that tried to chase down JT right there and had a good angle on him, but JT put it into another speed, and that is a very big candidate for our Southern Air Cool Play of the game, but I still think there are a couple of more going on before this thing is over. 39-25, Trojans trying to get it within 13. They've got it to 14 now. Kick is up, and it's hammered back to the back, and it is up, and it's good. 39-26. We'll take a break right here with them. Trojans trying to mount a magnificent comeback. Do they have it in them? We'll see when we come back. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
First time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
19-7 run for the Trojans here. They've picked it up 39-26, a 2-score game for your ASH Trojans. They got the last onside kick. They got scoring on big one-play drives is a way to get you there. And I'm telling you, you're hearing what's going on in the press box. They are struggling to get people out onto the field. Coach, I'm counting out now. 11 out there, but difficult to get them, and there may be a timeout. And this, look, if you've ever had a team, they will take a timeout on the kickoff. That's a tough one to take. And you see a lot of the coaches taking their hats and their headsets off and rubbing their heads, and this thing has gotten a lot closer than people thought.
Yeah, they were. Looks like 19. Lance Hayes looks like he's out right now. He's got his on the. No, I'm sorry. Okay, it was 18 here. Okay, I'm sorry. 18. Okay.
18 is Roland Bruno.
Yeah. No, they were hollering for Hayes up here, so I'm just curious to know. I guess they might have been trying to get him on the field.
Boy, if you're watching this thing on tape delay in the morning, you're seeing a good one here. How does the last 9:08 play out? Heck, I don't know, but partner, it's a fun time to be up here.
It
Trojans
really
bring Van Dyke out again, and he thought he had back-to-back onside kick recoveries. Had one up the middle, one to the side. What does he do with it here?
We think he had 2 onside kick recoveries.
That's right.
As well. I'm sorry, I do. Maybe
Right.
not you, but I sure did feel like.
I can't see that far anyway.
Yeah, well, it looked like Blackwell came up with the ball. Now he might have took it after, but
10 men within that first line by 10 yards, and here comes Van Dyke. We'll see what he does with it. He onside kicks it again. It was hit before it was hit before it got to 10 yards. It's going to be an illegal touch by about a yard, and the Trojans up guy got it right before it hit the 10. So it's going to be a illegal touch or false start. So the ball should go over to Carencro there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, didn't need to touch it because nobody was close to it. The entire line from Carencro had backed up away from it.
Well, it looked like the guys in front were trying to get in front of the ball to block the
for the middle guy.
That's right. So the kicker could get it, and it just bounced into his stomach. It looked like.
I mean, you were inches away. And, look, that's one of those they could have picked up and housed.
Yes.
Because everybody from that front line was moving back. Nobody wanted to go get it. And they'll mark it 2 yards shy. So it'll start at the 48-yard line.
You know,
Go ahead.
One thing I noticed is they have switched, and I don't know if that's normal, but the side judge from the first half is on the other side now. And maybe that's something I'll look at next week to see if that's normal. But I mean, we had our questions, to say the least, on the guy that was on this side earlier.
Here comes that Carencro methodical offense. We'll see if the Trojans can force another 3. Or on this side of the field, it's going to need to be a 4 and out. Babineau under center. Going to see that veer a lot tonight. Looked like they got to moving a little bit earlier. There's a stop, but the legs don't stop. That's a 3-yard pickup down to the 45-yard line. Trojans are now fighting the clock, but, Coach, if you can get it, find a way to get it within 1 score, dadgummit, anything can happen.
Yeah, I will say this. They've been running the ball. Just hope they don't try to pop one here over the top, because we're playing downhill, we're aggressive, and we're doing well.
And again, the matchup to watch is to the near side. That's Austin Dyson. He can go up and get one with the best of them. It's harder to throw that ball out of the veer. 15 and 14.
Gains here on him.
2nd down and 7 from the 44-yard line. Go the Bears. Handoff comes back to this side, and he's getting the edge before he's driven out of bounds. Well, no, they say that he was down inside, and that was complete to Kashmir Baptiste. And the Trojans cannot give up first downs here. They've got to make a stop, and you're dangerously close from getting down into a scoring situation for Carencro.
Yeah, it's Blackwell on the tackle there. He's up to unofficial 10 tackles for the game.
39-26. Carencro leads this one. 8:04 remaining in this one. Carencro fatigued, to say the least. 13 seconds on the play clock. It's 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Now the handoff goes to the fullback. That's Baptiste. Stands around, boy. The Trojans hold him up, trying to get that ball back. And again, it'll be down around the 7-minute mark before they have to snap the ball away. But I'm telling you, the Trojans get the ball back in their hands. They're able to score anywhere on the field that they want to, because that defense of Carencro is worn out.
Yeah, and you talked earlier in the first half about just a game of inches. I mean, that onside kick is that's the 3rd play that, and of course, I know the Carencro's had some that have been close as well, but just that's the way the ball bounces, unfortunately.
2nd down and 7 from the Trojan 30-yard line. Go the Bears.
A little confusion here on the Trojans.
Trojans are all within. Look at that defensive line. He comes up to play the veer. Handoff goes there, and a good stop to the near side. They'll give him 3 yards. Again, it'll be 3rd down and 3, and this is that 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, Landon Norris there on the carry, and looks like White with the tackle.
The Trojans can find a way to get it back with about 5.5, get some sort of quick score. You've got an opportunity perhaps to do something. We saw this against Acadiana in 2020. We saw it against St. Thomas More a year ago. The Trojans have the ability to come back in games like this.
character. They haven't stopped. They haven't quit fighting.
6:28 remaining, 3rd down and 3 from the 27-yard line.
Keeper.
Yep, Babineau is going to keep it himself. He's got to get to the 22, and it looks like he may have it. He does by a yard. 1st down, that'll reset the clock, and every time you do that, it runs off a couple of minutes off of the clock, and that just can ill afford to give up the 1st downs, and that's a couple of them back-to-back.
Yeah.
5 minutes, or under 6 minutes to go here. We're going to get that hydration timeout with 6 minutes to go. 39-26. Carencro's marching. They've got the lead, 2 scores. We'll be back on 446 Sports.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates.
Back for the final 6 minutes of this one. And Carencro, 1st down and 10 from the Trojan 20. Give him the 24-yard line is where he needed to be, and he just got about a yard over it, so he needed the 25, got the 24. 6 minutes, and at that time, you're happy for that hydration timeout. The Trojans still have all 3 of theirs here, so you have to see if they're going to need to use them up on this next little bit of a drive. You know, Carencro, the clock has stopped, but they still take it down.
Yeah.
It still work the clock to make sure that everything stays the same.
Yeah, routine for sure.
Handoff goes to the far side and just pushing those Trojan defenders back for 5-yard pickup. And that should get you down close to 5 minutes in this one. If you got a little stop there, you might could have took a timeout if you were the Trojans. Because you've got to do what you can to get it to just 1 score, because that puts all the pressure on this offense of Carencro.
Right with the tackle there.
2nd down and 4, 6-yard pickup. You can ill afford to continue to give up 5- and 6-yard chunks running the football.
You know, this looks like the old Michigan in the 80s and 90s where they'd pull both guards and just have enough misdirection to get that.
5-19, 2nd down. Handoff goes up the middle. Stopped, but
the ball. He's got the ball.
Yeah, forward progress got him stopped, got him marked, and very near the 1st, and may have it from what I'm looking at. That veer has just been dominant. 3rd down and about half a yard, 4:55 to go and counting.
Yeah, Blackwell and Ford on the tackle there.
39-26, 4:46 to go in the 4th quarter. Carencro with a big lead, and they've got a chance here to maybe salt this one away at 3rd down and 1. They are just leaning on the Trojans on this drive after the Trojans put up a couple of big touchdowns. Handoff goes to the fullback up the middle. He's going to get the first man. First man through gets it, and that's going to be 1st down. Yeah, 4:27 is where they get it now, and the ball looks like it's going to be inside the 10.
Aiden Walker on your tackle there, unassisted.
1st down and go. You know that Carencro wants to go in there and push this other touchdown in. Goodness, what a flurry it's been by the Trojans. We saw them do it against Ouachita last year and come back and just come up empty. Saw them against St. Thomas More and just come up empty. Trojans need a big stop, a turnover, something to happen right here. Chance Baptiste has come in like a warrior and battled. Pulls the ball back, and now he's going to try to get into the end zone, and that's Chance Baptiste doing what he does. And that young man, I'm going to tell you, is going to be a star to come out of here that they've not seen perhaps since a Kevin Falk.
I'll tell you, that's impressive. That's impressive. And he's limping. He's limping through the back of the end zone.
He's played 87 downs in this game. 45-26. Trojans will need 3 scores again in under 4 minutes.
He might not be able to get up from the hold, Doug. If he
No, let that young man play him some whatever these kids get. Play him some PlayStation 5 or something in the morning, and no practice tomorrow for him. Blanchard on to see if he can do back-to-back PATs. That one is up, and it's good. And you're right, Babineau struggling to get up out of holding it. 46-26. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially?
Carencro back there, and look, there have been a host of candidates for the cool play of the game. If we gave the player of the game, and we'll announce that Sunday on our Coach Speak show from out at Quibitos. That'll be the Quibitos player of the game. We're not giving it to an opposing team, but there would be no discussion of who got it. It would be Chance Babineau.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see what they call here. Looked like he started before it was whistled, set to go. Now he'll walk off his own penalty. You know, there's fatigue in the official. But the kicker sets it up himself, so we'll give him that. But if you get to mark off your own penalty, that's just really cool. Well, let's make something electric happen here, Trojans. And why don't we house this one?
Yeah.
You know, if you're Carencro, you onside kick it?
Oh,
absolutely.
Well, you know, Babineau's not kicking off.
Right. And there's a squib that's going to roll around, be picked up by Jalen. His first opportunity to run one back. Stutter steps to get to the hole, now getting to the outside. Goes Jalen. Jalen down to the 45-yard line he goes, and the Trojans are in scoring distance once again. Remember, Trojans have all 3 of their timeouts. You got to get a quick one here. You got to get the onside kick. Got to get the ball back. Score, kid. Oh, my goodness. I'm orchestrated. Did I tell you, Coach, it's going to be 47-46 final in this one?
I'll take it again.
I'm pushing this thing up.
I'll take it again.
Those that, I'm telling you what, our viewership in the morning when we go live, when we tape delay this thing, would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you something else, too. Jalen bouncing back, and fighting to the end here.
Yep. And look, I'm telling you, you had a shot at that one. Here comes my in motion. Had that one-handed snag earlier.
Oh,
and look, back to throw. They got Mingo wide open. Got to come back and get that, and it's picked off. And who do you think that is? Austin Dyson. And things starting to get a little chippy now as that ball was thrown and picked off. And Mingo, it was just thrown short. Yeah. So Dyson was able to go back and suck that one up. Like that, you saw what I did there, Dyson?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I got it. I'm there.
That's a Chuckism.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Well, and that's one of those examples of, you're trying to make something happen. He's open, throws a little late because it's obviously not your starting quarterback that makes the throw, and Dyson made a great play coming back on it.
So the story on Dyson, we talked to his dad this evening, his first-year PA announcer for them, his first year doing PA up here, and Dyson played defense last year for this Carencro team, moved over to the receiver side when Chance Babineau moved to quarterback.
Wow.
Handoff to the far side and brought down Martin, the ball carrier, and had a lot of excitement out of that last little flurry right there, but I think it's going to put a wrap on this when you start looking ahead to the Trojans' opponent. Still going to be a fun one to go back and watch in the morning when this thing is tape delayed and aired. We'll go back and watch this thing and check everything out that we did wrong, and I know there was a bunch of it. We'll get better for next week, but we're glad to the over 1,000 subscribers that sit back and watch high school football on Friday nights with us. Pineville hanging on to a one-score lead with about 3 minutes to go in their ball game. Buckeye victorious tonight in a big way. Congratulations, Ben McLaughlin and that group. Right up the middle, and now you're just you're running some clock. And temper's starting to flare just a little bit, and they go out and they get Aiden Walker. You don't want to get your guy thrown out of a game in this one this late in it.
Yeah, for sure. Need him next week. Let's stay calm. That way you're in the game next week.
Good job by Bachman and that group to realize it, too. Just a couple of minutes to go, down 3 scores, not calling the timeouts. Can't say that they won't if they get a stop right here. But it'll be under 2 minutes when this ball is snapped. And Chance Babineau. Remember that name. It's going to be special.
Yeah, I'm shocked he's in the game after he could barely get up from the hold in the last PAT. Oh, and he's running. Here we go. Oh, gosh.
I don't know. And look, just gets to the sideline, runs out of bounds, and goes says hi to some of the other Trojans that haven't quite seen him tonight. You go back there if you're Babineau and take a knee. I got to believe it and get him out of there, although might not be able to get up from it. When we're done tonight, we'll wrap things up again. Our cool play of the game. You'll see that posted sometime tomorrow. We'll get that up and about. We'll announce our Quibido's player of the game. That will be Sunday night during our Coach Speak segment. We'll get all of our play-by-play guys together and talk about their games, their wins and losses, and what's going ahead in week 2. Coming out and throwing the ball is Babineau, and he says, you know what, I can do this too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that as well.
Raylan Hall on the tackle there with the help of Aiden Walker. That was surprising to me, but it worked.
Again, we appreciate all of you that tuned in to our audio broadcast of it. It's like the good old days of radio, 2nd down and 6. But, you follow the rules in the schools that you go to, and we're just glad we got to be inside after that miscommunication that was down there a little bit earlier. Yeah. Minute 7 to go in the ball game. Batiste gets it, and he's going to make his way out, and somebody's going to end up getting hurt or thrown out of this one. I got to think you do your best to take a knee. 54 seconds, 35 on the play clock.
Yeah, Jaden Lewis on the tackle there, come up from free safety position.
Mind all of you to check this one out in the morning if you're still here listening. If you watched it via YouTube, I invite you to go and subscribe. Went over 1,000 subscribers this weekend, and then we'll take that, and then we'll mark that day down to September the 1st, 2023. Trojans will fall to 0-1 on the season. Carencro picks up right where they left off. They start the season at 1-0. They're ranked 9th for a reason. They really are dominant. Yep, they redid the clock so they would get it out of here. That's going to wrap things up. You'll see them shake hands out there. We're going to take our final break of the night. We'll take a minute commercial, then we'll come back and recap things, and we'll do it in 1 minute on 446 Sports for the Trojan Wrap-Up Show.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Lock On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
all started with a sketch on a napkin.
He's in
An
the
idea.
top 10, has phenomenal, well-coached, phenomenal athletes. And
But I'm looking at these athletes as they come off the field. They're coming over to sing the alma mater, which is great. But, I mean, look at the cramp and the limping off that they did. These Warriors battled tonight.
yeah, for sure. And just to see, how number 7, how the Cameron Cibrian, how he, kept battling, and then Baptiste, the number 2, the running back, and then number 4, Joni Martin, played everywhere as well. And Dyson, you said last
Just
year.
over and over and over, yeah.
Yeah, he said last year he was a DB only, and he threw a pass tonight. He had a 70-yard
Threw a
pass.
pass, got an interception as
Yeah.
well, and then caught a big ball over here. So, yeah, what a night it's been for everybody, both sides. Explosive for the Trojans. We'll dissect and cut through and come up with our Southern Air Heating and Cooling cool play of the game. You'll see that this weekend. Also, we'll name our Quibitos player of the game. We want a big shout out to the folks at Polos and Plaids that were able to outfit us tonight, and certainly grateful for that. These things are nice. You need to go check it out. It's Polos and Plaids there in Alexandria, just next to Papa John's, I guess, in that shopping center that's off to the right of it, to the left side of Max off of Jackson Street. All your uniform needs, go by and see Michelle and the group at Polos and Plaids. Couldn't do anything without all of our sponsors. Our next broadcast will be Sunday night. It'll be at 5 o'clock. We're going to bump it up so that we can get back and watch that LSU-Florida State game as well. But that's going to wrap it up here for us. Chuck made the trip up with us, and we appreciate that. Had Tioga in their big win last night on that one over Bolton. Sorry, Coach. That's just that's the way that goes.
Yeah.
So for Chuck Perkins, my man on production, Brett Stallsby, my partner, Nick Magnano, I am Doug Gann. We'll see you next week. God bless you all, and good night.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin.